Batting practice is over and the grounds crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Krauke.
Well, very good evening to you, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a nice night here in Portland. It's the Stingers and the Beavers wrapping up a 4-game series here at PGE Park, a series that has been all Portland, as they have won all 3 games after having lost 9 in a row to the Stingers on this field. And they now are looking for the series sweep. The Stingers, though, will try to put an end to this run by the Portland Beavers, as the Stingers have really struggled over the last couple of weeks. They have lost 11 out of their last 14 games, including that 8-6 decision last night, a game in which they fell behind 7-0. Got to within 3 runs on a couple of occasions, finally got it down to 2 in the 9th inning, but that was as close as they would get. So the Stingers now at 14-13 have fallen into 3rd place in the North. 2 full games now behind red-hot Tacoma. The Rainiers in 1st place. They've won 4 in a row, and the Stingers begin a 4-game set at Cheney Stadium tomorrow night in Tacoma. Weather permitting, the forecast not exactly ideal for the entire 4-game series in Tacoma. But you never know. It's supposed to be miserable here, and it turned out to be a very pleasant 4 days here in Portland, other than the outcomes of the game so far. Taking a look at the pitching matchup for tonight's game. For the Stingers, will be a former Portland Beaver on the mound, Jason Middlebrook, with a record of 2-1. And for the Portland Beavers, making his AAA debut, will be right-hander Justin Germano, who is 2-1 at the AA level with Mobile prior to his promotion here. Our guest in the on-deck circle, the Stingers' Adam Riggs, played 3rd, 2nd, 1st, left field, and DH so far this year. And we'll have that conversation with Adam for you right after this timeout here in the On Deck Circle here on ESPN at 12:30.
Looking for the ultimate go-anywhere, do-anything ATV? Then climb aboard the all-new Grizzly 660 Automatic from Yamaha. Available now at Stedman's Recreation. Featuring the biggest, baddest, most technically advanced engine ever spooned into a utility ATV. 660 cc's of torque, liquid-cooled, 5-valve muscle. This Grizzly also boasts trail-taming, short-tackling, fully independent front and rear suspension. All-new push-button 3-way on-command 4-wheel drive that lets you choose between 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and 4-wheel drive differential lock, triple hydraulic disc brakes, exclusive Ultramatic V-belt transmission with dual high-low ranges and reverse, and 11.8 inches of industry-leading ground clearance. The all-new Grizzly 660 Automatic from Yamaha. Check it out today at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. ATVs with engine sizes of 90 cc's or greater are recommended for use only by those age 16 or older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. Stedman's Recreation in Tooele, where we leave the BS at the door and save you money.
Deep to the need for speed. Well, there's only one place to go.
We've all fantasized about some form of racing, whether it's car racing on TV, video games, or just stepping on the gas a little hard when the lights turn green.
That's what we do here at Fast Card Indoor Speedway. It's real racing where you are the driver. Fast Card is designed so everybody can experience the thrill of driving a race car in a safe, fun, clean environment. If it's fast, it's fast. Where you feel the thrill of competition and leave with a smile on your face, we guarantee it. And we have lots of fun stuff to do, from pools to video games. So if you're 13 to 99, there's never been a better time to get into Fast Card. We have great early week specials, including buy your first race and get your second race half off on selected races. Fast Card Indoor Speedway, your place to race in Salt Lake. Go to fastcardspeedway.com or call 973-4735. 973-4735.
Back to the on-deck circle. Our guest is the Stingers' Adam Riggs. And Adam, first of all, you were kind of around 260 as your batting average was concerned, and then all of a sudden Mike Brumley moved you into the starting lineup. You went 8 for your next 13, wound up on a 15-game hitting streak. And I think that's more than just coincidence, because Barry Weston was struggling. Mike moved him into the leadoff spot. What it is about moving into that spot that maybe turned things around for guys?
I think it's more of the mindset of, hey, let's get on base, let's do our job, and just try to get on base for the guys to drive you in. And sometimes, when I bat fourth and third, I start thinking, I got to start popping balls out of the yard and try to do too much. So I think it's more of just a mindset where, just trying to just do your job in the one hole. And, you should probably do that all the time, and then, the other stuff will come.
Well, certainly it worked for you. You went on that 15-game hitting streak, and when you're on a roll like that, I would guess the baseball must seem like the size of a beach ball.
Yeah, I mean, for a couple of games there, it did. There's a couple of games I battled, got a couple 1-for-4s, I think I had a 1-for-5 in there. So, it's just one of them things. I mean, you try to stay consistent, and you can have your ups and downs, but the guys stay consistent throughout the year, have good years.
Of course, Adam, for you, it's never dull coming to the ballpark. I mean, you're going to be in the lineup. Generally now you're hitting either third or fourth or what have you, but the one thing you have to do when you come to the ballpark is check the lineup card to find out where you're going to be playing. Sometimes first, sometimes third, second, left field. Do you find that challenging?
Yeah, it makes it fun, to come to the park and do something different each day. I just enjoy playing all over, and something that I've learned to do as I got on in my career. But that's fun. I mean, as long as you get to help the team out and jump around different positions, it makes it fun.
All right, more with Adam Briggs right after this here on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Getting ready for summer's first deck party? We can help. Introducing Deckscapes, exclusively from your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Deckscapes is our new, easy-to-use premium deck care system. Advanced technology lets you clean, seal, and protect your deck in one day. You'll get the look you want with the durability you need. Now save 25% on Deckscapes. And check out our new pressure washers to make prep work easier, too. Treat your deck right with Deckscapes. Ask how. Ask now. Ask Sherwin-Williams. For a store near you, visit sherwinwilliams.com.
Hey, this is Dale Shaughnessy at Totally Off Computers, where we have the $1,000 challenge. We don't waste your time. We're either going to save you money or we're going to give you money. Now, remember when I said anybody who wants to give me their sales pitch or pitch me an idea, just send me $1,000 and guaranteed I'll meet with you. Well, I got a bunch of checks in the mail. One was from an insurance guy, and I'm going to meet with him, and if he's got a better deal than what I'm already paying, not only will I buy from him, but I'm going to give him his check back. And I also got a check from a guy who sells airplanes. I don't buy airplanes on a regular basis, but he sent me $1,000, so guaranteed I'm going to meet with him and I'm going to check out those airplanes, and I'll let you know how that goes. Man, this is cool. This could change the whole sales pitch industry. If you think you've got a better deal than what I'm already buying, just send a check for $1,000. I'll guaranteed meet with you, and if you've got a better deal, I'll not only buy from you, I'll give you your money back. This could change the whole BS sales pitch. Totally awesome. We're changing the world.
Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper's dented, torn, or scuffed, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT PRO.
Now, back to more Stingers Baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the On Deck Circle. Our guest is the Stingers' Adam Briggs. And Adam, obviously, it's always great to go up to the big leagues, but it had to be fun for you to get kind of an extended stint last year towards the end of the season with the Angels.
Oh, yeah, that was great. It's just... I had the most fun up there that I've ever had in the big leagues because it's such a good team, such a good bunch of guys, and the team's just a special team up there, and they just got such quality individuals up there. It was just it was fun to be there. It was very comfortable.
That comfort zone had to be helped by the fact that you played for Mike Socia before at Albuquerque.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, I played for him in '99 in Albuquerque, and he's a real good guy. Cares about you as a baseball player as well as a person. So he's just a lot of fun to play for, and he keeps it loose. And I had a real good time.
almost too good of a time. You had that national notoriety for the jersey. Now, I understand you made a mistake, Bill, on the jersey, which said Angies instead of Angels. You didn't keep it.
Yeah, you know what? I threw it in the laundry because they said, hey, throw it in the laundry, we'll get it to you, wash it up, and get it back to you. And that was my mistake because, it never got back to me. I don't know what happened to it. They said that the president of Majestic wanted it for some reason, but, I wish I would have kept it. I just wasn't thinking at the time, and, it was just one of them things. I didn't think it was going to be such a big deal as it was. So it was an interesting situation.
You're probably surprised by all the attention. Now, what happened in the off-season? Was that something that did it kind of carry over a little bit?
Yeah, it carried on over even to spring training. Man, you have people yelling Angies at me wherever I went, and at the time it just didn't seem like that big of a deal. But next thing you know, everybody knows about it. In Sports Illustrated stuff. So it was funny. It seems like anytime something like that happened to me. So it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, you were doomed once it hit Sports Illustrated and Sports Center.
Yeah, exactly.
Adam, appreciate your time and continue success. Hopefully you get that a next trip up this season soon.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
All right, Adam Riggs, our guest, back with the starting lineups after this here on ESPN 1230.
Many people are afraid of computers, intimidated. Ooh, what if I hit the wrong button, or I download a virus, or something breaks and I lose everything? If that's your worry, turn to Superior Computers for laptop or desktop computers, even computer networks. Superior Computers custom builds every computer to meet the user's needs for games or internet or sound and video editing. Superior Computers uses only the best components, and here's the part that lets you sleep at night. Superior Computers warranty covers viruses, user errors, data backup, hardware failures, and more for the life of the machine. Buy a Superior laptop or desktop computer and never pay for service. Plus, get a 4-year warranty on all parts. With coverage like that and a system built to your needs, you'll never make a fatal computer misstep. Visit Superior Computers online at SuperiorPCSystems.com. That's SuperiorPCSystems.com. And a grand opening May 7th and 8th in Sandy at 109th South and State. All stores are celebrating the grand opening with huge discounts on all computer systems.
Here at Ed Kenley Ford, we're celebrating our 23rd anniversary with $11 million worth of hot anniversary specials. If you happen to be thinking about a new Ford car truck, it's happening now at Ed Kenley Ford in Layton. Think about it. If you've shopped around and found your best deal is no big deal, you'd better come to Layton and see us. At Ed Kenley Ford, we're always ready to help you find and finance the car truck you're looking for. And during our anniversary sale, the prices are the lowest of the year. Come see and test drive the 2004 F-150, the best-selling truck on the market, period. The Ford F-Series outsells all the other trucks combined. And the new F-150 is the most powerful in its class. Looking for a better way to buy a Ford? You'd better come to Layton, where our complete inventory is anniversary price. That's Ed Kenley Ford, family owned and operated for 23 years at 1888 North Main, halfway between Salt Lake and Ogden, right here in Layton.
Now back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to BC Park in Portland, where it's time now to give you tonight's starting lineup. Brought to you by National League Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back in the Salt Lake area at National League Isuzu Southtown, located for the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Brumley, who has returned from the funeral for the passing of his grandfather. Leading off the shortstop, Jake Thrower. Batting second, the center fielder, Barry Wesson. Hitting third and playing left field, Adam Riggs. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, Alex Pelaez. Hitting fifth, the right fielder, Brian Gordon. Hitting sixth and playing first base, Will Nieves. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Jerry Johnson. Hitting eighth and catching, Tom Gregorio. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Brian Speck. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander, Jason Middlebrook. Now for the homestanding Portland Beavers, managed by Craig Colbert. Leading off the second baseman, Bernie Castro. Batting second, the third baseman, Jeff Cirillo. Hitting third and playing left field, John Nutt. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, Alex Fernandez. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter, Bobby Scales. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Ari Stanley. Hitting seventh and catching, Humberto Quintero. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Joe Gerber. And hitting ninth, the shortstop, J.J. Fermaniak. Pitching for Portland will be right-hander Justin Germano. It's the Stingers and the Beavers, the fourth and final game of this series here in Portland. We'll be back with the first pitch right after this timeout. You've been in the on-deck circle here on ESPN 1230.
KQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is ESPN Radio AM 1230. Worldwide viewers. A Citadel Broadcasting Station. This has been the On Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all three of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Crouchy.
Thursday night here in Portland, the Stingers and the Beavers wrapping up this four-game series, which has been all Portland. The Beavers claiming the first three games of this series. And now the Stingers trying to at least salvage the final game of this series before they head to Tacoma for 4 with the red-hot Rainiers. Portland Beavers have taken the field for today's game, so let's take you around to their positions defensively, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover. Or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. John Knott is in left field, R.E. Stanley in center, and Alex Fernandez is in right. Jet Cirillo's at third, J.J. Fermaniak at short, Bernie Castro at second, and Joe Gerber's at first. A battery of Justin Germano pitching and Humberto Quintero catching. Again for Germano, this is his AAA debut in 5 starts this year with AA Mobile. Germano threw 32 and a third innings, allowed 31 hits, 11 runs, 9 of them earned. He's walked 7 and struck out 20. He won 2 and lost 1 with Mobile with a 2.51 earned run average. The Southern League hit .258. Against the 6'2", 190-pound right-hander, Justin Germano. In his 5th professional season, Germano, out of Pasadena, California. The 21-year-old lives in Claremont, California. He went to Claremont High School. The Padres drafted him in the 13th round in the 2000 draft right out of Claremont. And right now, Old Glory hanging limp on the flagpole out in left center field. A sunny day, temperatures in the mid-70s, probably around 68 right now. Beavers in their home whites, the red numerals and lettering trimmed in black. The Stingers in their sleeveless grays with a long red sleeves underneath, red numerals and lettering trimmed in black. So we're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Thursday night here in Portland. Leading things off will be the shortstop, Jake Thrower. Jake batting .291. 6 doubles, 10 runs batted in for Thrower. The former Beaver just 2 for 12 in this series. Stingers a little bit short-handed when it comes to position players. Only one extra position player. I'll tell you why. After the pitch, the pass ball high, ball one, and we're underway. Rob Quinlan was called up after the ball game last night to the Angels. Anaheim sending back relief pitcher Matt Hensley, who is here in uniform tonight. Now with a scoreless inning the other night in his debut against Detroit. Here's a swing and a smash through the hole into left field, a base hit. Romano looked like he hung out a changeup out there, and it was punched the other way by Throwers. So the leadoff man is aboard for the Stingers here in the first inning. So that'll bring up Barry Wesson, the center fielder. Barry batting .255, 7 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, and 14 runs batted in. Wesson so far here at Portland with 4 hits and 13 at bats. So now the infield moves in a little bit, double play depth. Now the right-hander ready, pitch for a ground ball towards the hole. The shortstop for Maniac has it, goes to second one. That's all they'll get. Ball not hard enough to hit the turn 2 on, but they do get the lead runner Thrower on a 6-4 force out. 1 away, Wesson now at first. That'll bring up Adam Riggs, our guest to the on-deck circle, batting .324, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 6 homers, 14 runs batted in. That his 15-game hitting streak snaps here in Portland. He's 2 for 13 altogether here in this series. So 1 on, 1 out for the Stingers here in the top of the first inning. Riggs the batter. Germano ready to pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. The umpires as assigned by the Pacific Coast League. Dave Ashwaite behind the plate. Travis Reininger at first. Cameron Keller is the arbiter over at third. No balls, 1 strike to count on Riggs. Again, the infield is double play depth. Through to first base. Weston hadn't ventured that far off the bag, so he easily gets back. Then tomorrow night, will be in Tacoma, Cheney Stadium, for the opening of the series with the Rainiers. The 0-1 fastball, grounded foul in between the coach's box and the bag at third. The count 0-2, and that one sounded like it did crack the bat of Adam Riggs. So he'll head back to the dugout to get a new piece of lumber here. That ball, the fastball was a good movement in on his hands, and it came right in off the bat handle. And he cracked the bat on that swing. Germano, the fastball in the upper 80s will occasionally hit 90 miles per hour. Curveball and a changeup. Rated by Baseball Americas, the number 15 prospect in the Padres organization. Riggs back at the plate with a new weapon, the 0-2. Curveball is looped towards right center field. Henry Stanley won't get to it as it drops in for a base hit. Wesson will take the turn at second and head to third. And the Stingers have runners at the corners now with 1 out. So runners at first and third and only 1 out. The Stingers trying to jump out in front here. It brings up Alex Pelaez, the third baseman. Pelaez batting .364, 4 doubles, a triple, no homers, and 17 runs batted in. Alex is hit safely in 4 straight games. So the Stingers with an opportunity to take a first inning lead here. Pelaez against his former teammate, 3 for 8 in this series. A very healthy 6 for 15 on the season. Portland has won 6 of the 7 games so far this year. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball strike as it runs in on the inside corner at the belt. 0-1. No balls. 1 strike to count. Now the right-hander ready. The pitch. Swing and a chopper towards third. Cirillo has it. Play him off the dirt into left field. In to score Weston. Riggs going to third. The throw, the slide, not in time. Again, the ball coming off the carpet, hitting that dirt area around third, and it didn't come up for Cirillo. Now the Stingers grab the early 1-0 lead. So Elias will reach on the error. However, he will get credit for a run batted in, his 18th of the year. The 18th run batted in gives him the team lead in that department. So runners at first and third, 1 out. The batter will be Brian Gordon, the right fielder, hitting .226, 5 doubles, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. Gordon comes in, riding the wave of a 6-game hitting streak, and he drives one to deep left center field. Stanley drifting back, now waiting for it, makes the catch. Tagging at third is Riggs. He'll come on in to score. On the sacrifice fly by Brian Gordon, the Stingers take a 2-0 lead. That run will be unearned, as will any subsequent run in this inning, but it doesn't matter. The Stingers lead at 2-0. They'll take them any way they can get them right now. Here's Will Nieves batting .324, 4 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. Again, Mike Brumley back as the skipper of the Stingers. Now about a 10-minute meeting with the players out on the field of play after they stretched right before batting practice. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Not a whole lot was said by anybody during batting practice. Everybody pretty much intent on the work at hand, trying to regain their focus after having lost 11 of the last 14 games. The 1-0. Fastball in under the letters, and it's a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right now, 2 runs in, 1 of them unearned. Now Germano ready, the 1-1 pitch. Walking on, broken bat roll to the left side. The third baseman Cirillo has it. He'll toss to second base for the force out on Pelaez, and that retires the side. Stingers take the lead with 2 runs. 2 hits, there was an error, and 1 runner left on base. So after 1/2 inning of play, it's the Stingers 2, and Portland's coming to bat here on ESPN 1230.
Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper's dented, torn, or scuffed, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT PRO.
Hey, do you want to cruise around in style for just $189 a month? Then get to any of the 5 Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers, where you can get a new Hyundai Elantra for just $189 a month with 0 down. That's right, get a fully loaded Elantra with power windows, locks and mirrors, air conditioning, keyless remote entry, and alarm system for just $189 a month with 0 down, and you own the car. Or, do you want the rugged reliability of a new SUV for just $272 a month? Your Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers have the award-winning Hyundai Santa Fe SUV for just $272 a month with 0 down. The Hyundai Santa Fe combines distinctive styling, generous interior room, and car-like ride and handling, all for just $272 a month with 0 down. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with the Hyundai Advantage, America's best warranty. Experience the Hyundai Advantage today at any of the 5 Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers, including Ken Garf Hyundai in downtown Salt Lake. Payment based on 4.75 APR, 72-month purchase, plus rebates like tax, title, license, and fees. See your Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers for details.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
We'll move on to the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Stingers defensively for Salt Lake. Let's check their alignment for courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with the beautiful cover. Or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. Adam Riggs at left, Barry Wesson in center, and Brian Gordon in right. Alex Pelaez at third, Jake Thrower at short, Ryan Specht at second base, and Will Davis at first. A battery of Jason Middlebrook pitching and Tom Gregorio catching. Jason Middlebrook with his 6th start for the Stingers in 27 2/3 innings. He's given up 28 hits, 16 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 23. He's won 2 and lost 1 with a 5.2 earned run average. The PCL batting .252 against right-hander Jason Middlebrook. First batter he'll face will be the second baseman Bernie Castro, hitting .269. First pitch fastball high and inside. The left-hand batter, ball 1. 3 doubles, a triple, no homers, 8 runs batted in for Castro, who's 4 for 9 in this series. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander, Jason Middlebrook, the 1-0. In at the knees, a strike 1-1. Middlebrook, 6'3", 215, in his 8th professional season, first in the Angels organization. Fastball, curve, and changeup make up the repertoire of Jason Middlebrook. Now the line of the 1-1. Castro tries to slap at it after squaring around to bunt, and he fouls it back into the screen, 1-2. Middlebrook's only loss this year came at the hands of the Beavers in Salt Lake City, giving up 6 earned runs on 8 hits in 5 2/3 innings. He did strike out 7 and did not walk a batter. Now the 1-2 to Castro. Curveball rather, inside and low. Back Castro away. That evens the count at 2-2. Castro to be followed by Jeff Cirillo and then John Knott. 2-0 Stingers here in the first as Middlebrook deals. The 2-2 is lifted into center field. Barry Weston in about 4 steps for this one before putting it away for round number 1. So Castro retired, 1 away. That'll bring up the third baseman, Jeff Cirillo, in the 4th game of his rehab assignment. Batting .505 for 10, 2 doubles and a run batted in. Denny is here rehabbing after sitting out the first month of the Major League season with a broken right index finger that he suffered on March 29th in a spring training game trying to square around a bunt. The ball hit his finger rather than his bat. Now here's Middlebrook's first pitch to Cirillo, and it's a fastball a little bit inside at the knees, ball 1. 1 ball with no strikes. To the veteran infielder who's played over 1,300 Major League games with the Brewers, Rockies, and Mariners. 1-0 pitch on the way. Down low, ball 2, so he's still waiting to make his debut in a San Diego uniform. Again, did not have, I would think, a very enjoyable time with the Mariners. He in Seattle, the fans were really on his case from the get-go. 2 balls, no strikes, the pitch. There's a ball that bounces in, ball 3, 3-0. If I'm not mistaken, there was even a Trade Jeff Cirillo website that had been developed in the Seattle area. 3 balls, no strikes. The count on Cirillo with 1 out, the base is empty here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Salt Lake. 3-0 from Middlebrook. A fastball into the letters, a strike at 3-1. Cirillo started to make a step towards first, and he thought that one was high. So did a few of the umpires in the green seats, but only the one behind home plate matters, and he called it a strike. Now Middlebrook winds the 3-1, swung on and popped up. Foul ground, left side where there's a lot of room. The third baseman, Pelaez, is over near the fence, and he'll make the catch. Nice play by Alex. He had to go a long way for that one, then battled the screen surrounding a mini restaurant. Why they have it there, I don't know. Nobody's been in it the entire series. So Cirillo fouls out. 2 up, 2 down for John Knott, who has been a very difficult out for the Stingers pitching staff this year. Overall, he's batting .295, 7 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, and a team-leading 20 runs batted in. But he's hitting .480 against the Stingers, 12 for 25. First pitch here, and it's a curveball low and outside, ball 1. We want to know the count. Not with his 20 runs batted in, far and away the Beavers team leader in that department. Nobody else is more than 11. 1-0 pitch misses outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Knott, who's 3 for 6 in this series with a double and 3 runs batted in. 317 down the left field line here in Portland, 320 down the right field stripe, and 405 to straightaway center field. Middlebrook winds the 2-0. Swing and a foul back. Rattles around the suite right above it. 2 balls and a strike to count on Knott. Again, there is no press box here in Portland, which is amazing in its own right. We're actually in the middle of the stands on a walkway with a bunch of card tables, for lack of a better term. There's a breaking ball low, 3-1 the count. And certainly within the area for a number of foul balls. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to the right-hand hitting John Knott as Middlebrook deals. Swinging a foul back into the screen, and that fills the count at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Already a 14-pitch inning for Middlebrook. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the wind by the 6'5" right-hander. The pitch. Swing and a tap foul behind home plate. That had good sinking movement on it, and now was fortunate to get a piece of it. Bounce it behind home plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2-0 Stingers here in the bottom of the first inning. Outfield shaded towards right for Nod as Middlebrook delivers the 3-2. Going on, chop past the mound. The shortstop thrower charges, gloves, throws, and gets knocked by a step to retire the side. So the Beavers are up and down in order in their half of the first. At the end of 1, it's the Stingers 2 and Portland nothing here on ESPN 1230.
There it is! That's the Rankin golf course I was telling you about.
Whoa, I've never seen fairways and greens maintained like that before.
I know. This is the place where they hold all those fancy, smancy tournaments. Look at that clubhouse and pavilion.
Yeah, let's go down and get a closer look.
This has class written all over it.
Not like that course we used to live at.
That place was for the birds.
Yeah, snowboards.
Call the Ranches Golf Club today to book your company tournament or gathering. Their expertise will ensure that all details and efforts will be made to make your event a huge success and a great time for all. From amateurs to pros, the Ranches Golf Club, the course of choice.
Doc!
What?
I said Doc!
What?
Like, bow down! Get out of the way! Look out! Incoming!
Book your company tournament before May 31st and receive a free foursome plus card, courtesy of Ranches Golf Club.
Ow! I told you to Doc!
Call today, 789-8100.
Are you crazy? You're trying to kill it? Give me a little hard time, maybe some things.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Move along now to the second inning. It's 2-0 in favor of Salt Lake. It'll be Gary Johnson, Tom Gregorio, and Brian Speck due to face right-hander Justin Germano. Det Pro and Det Pro Colors, Salt Lake, the mobile paintless set repair company, comes to your home or office to work on your car. Call them today at 1-877-DET Pro. Det Pro and Det Pro Colors, they make them like new again. By the way, Det Pro will once again this year donate $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah for every stolen base by the Stingers this season. So far, they have swiped 18 bases, making the total donation so far $90. So here's Gary Johnson batting .280, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, 9 runs batted in. Looking for his first hit here in Portland. He's 0 for 7. He leans out of the way of a high inside fastball. That's ball 1. 1-0 the count. Again, one of the 2 runs earned, the other unearned for the Stingers in the top half of the first. The line by Germano, the 1-0. Johnson swings at the grounder to the right side. The first baseman Gerber scoops and makes the underhand lead toss to Germano for the out. So Gary Johnson retired, 1 away. That'll bring up the catcher, Tom Gregorio. Tom batting .171, 1 homer, 3 runs batted in. 0 for 4 so far in this series. Don't forget, as of yesterday, you can now listen to Stingers games online at their website. Go to StingersBaseball.com, click on the proper icon, and you'll be able to listen online just like Joe and Carol Hensley are doing in San Diego tonight. There's a pitch on the way. It's a fastball outside of the knee. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Matt having rejoined the ball club after his first into the big league. Now the 1-0. Breaking ball low and outside to the right-hand batter. The count's 2-0. 2 balls. No strikes. Stingers leading by a score of 2-0. The pitch swung on and drilled into left field, the base hit. And so Tom Gregorio's aboard with a 1-out single, hit number 3 in the ball game for Salt Lake. That'll bring up Brian Speck, the second baseman. Brian hitting .264, 6 doubles, 2 homers, and 9 runs batted in. Ryan, 2 for 10 in this series. One of his 2 hits a double. Hensley, while he was up there, worked 1 inning the other night against Detroit. Gave up 1 hit in the walk, but he did not allow a run. Infield, double play depth, but Germano steps out. Germano back on top of the hill, looking in to Humberto Quintero for the sign. Pitch. Beck takes on the inside corner at the belt. A strike, and it's 0-1. Germano taking something off that pitch and hitting the corner with the changeup. Germano last worked on April the 29th at Jacksonville. No decision there for Mobile, working 7 1/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 1 run, and unearned. Here's a ground ball. Just foul outside the bag at first. That missed by a couple of inches of being a fair ball. Instead, the count on Speck is 0-2. Germano actually lost his first start, had a no decision, then back-to-back wins over Montgomery before the no decision against Jacksonville. He was called up to take the spot of Australian Chris Oxspring in the rotation. Oxspring on the disabled list. No balls, 2 strikes to count the pitch. Speck takes the fastball up and in, snap throw to first, and Gregorio slides in ahead of the tag of Gerber. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Chris Oxspring on the 7-day disabled list right now with a right elbow sprain. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swinging a tap foul behind home plate. A changeup in on his hands. And Speck was able to get a piece of it to stay alive. 1-2 the count on Speck. 2-0 Salt Lake here in the second. Now the right-hander ready. Germano's pitch. Swinging a foul. Again a changeup, and again Speck out in front of it, but was able to reach out and get a piece of it to stay alive. Angels, the Stingers parent club, in action tonight at home, trailing Tampa Bay in the second inning, 2-0. Angels leading the American League West right now. One and 2 the count. Gregorio, a very short lead at first, now stretches it out a step as the right-hander deals. Long on, that's popped up foul, third base side and out of play into the seats. So Speck making Germano work out there, fouling off pitch after pitch. And with every pitch that he sees, if he doesn't get the advantage, somebody else in that dugout will. Now Germano from the belt ready for 1-2. Missed outside with a fastball that had some tailing action away from the left-hand batter. The count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Speck had a great spring with the Angels. 349 was the award, the Fred Haney Award winner as the 2004 top rookie in spring training with the Halos. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Germano's pitch into the dirt. A breaking ball blocked by the catcher Quintero, holding Gregorio at first. And now the count is full at 3-2. So let's see if Mike Brumley will try to jumpstart things and send Gregorio here on 3-2. Try to stay out of the ground ball double play and risk the strike him out, throw him out double play if Brian doesn't make contact. And at 18 strikeouts, he's tied for the 3rd most by a Stinger hitter. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gregorio doesn't go. The pitch is flat foul out of play down the left field side. Almost nailed the guard down there in that picnic area that's not being used. Can't call him a ball boy because he's actually on the inside of the fence and away off the playing surface. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Germano from the belt. Gregorio goes this time, and it's drilled foul on the right field side. Well, I haven't kept track, but you're probably looking at least a 10 or 11 pitch at bat here for Brian Speck. Three balls, 2 strikes. One out, top of the second, 2-0 Stingers. Now Germano ready. From the belt, Gregorio goes. Curveball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Quintero unable to find a handle on it as he tried to take it out of his mitts and throw it down to second base. And so Gregorio has his first stolen base of the season. That's also the first strikeout for Germano. And with that stolen base, another $5 goes to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah, courtesy of Dentpro. So now with a runner in scoring position, 2 out, the batter will be Jake Brower, who singled to left field his first time up. For Gregorio, his first stolen base at the AAA level. Curveball, a beauty, in for a strike, 0-1. Gregorio only has 4 stolen bases in his career. He had 2 at Cedar Rapids in 2000, and he had 2 at Arkansas in 2002. But he gets his first AAA steal there. The pitch. Curveball chopped over the mound near second base. The shortstop for Maniac to his left has it and throws to first for the out to retire the tie. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base to go to the bottom of the second. It's the Stingers 2 and Portland nothing here on ESPN 1230.
Why are we turning here?
To look at used cars.
I thought we were going to Gus Paulus.
We are.
Gus is in West Valley City. This is Jordan Landing.
Right.
Did I miss something?
He's growing.
Who's growing?
Gus.
Growing? At his age? Imagine that. No more short jokes, no more booster seats at restaurants, no more ads with half a head.
Huh?
Oh, man, Gus is finally growing. If he can grow, maybe we can all grow.
Oh.
This is a sign. It gives the world new hope.
Honey.
It's a miracle.
His dealership is growing.
What?
They've expanded. This is their new used car lot.
Oh. Well, that's kind of miraculous, isn't it?
If you say so.
I do.
Gus may not be getting any taller, but with a new dealership at Jordan Landing, his service and selection keeps getting better.
Hey, I wonder if I'm still growing.
I wonder.
Want to measure me when we get home?
I'm not sure you're coming home.
Aw.
The Gus Paulus Auto Group. With Gus, anything is possible.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real-life person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
All right, we go to the bottom of the second here in Portland. It's a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Stingers. It'll be Alex Fernandez, Bobby Scales, and Henri Stanley. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up to the Portland batting order to face right-hander Jason Middlebrook. Time now to take a look at who's hot and who's cold at the PCL, brought to you by your Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Keep cool this summer and warm this winter. Visit any of your Utah area Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Well, let's see who's hot. How about Mike Edwards of Sacramento? Extended his hitting streak to 17 games last night. He's hitting .380 during the streak. That's one shy of the season high in the PCL. Derek Watson of Albuquerque had an 18-gamer earlier. Royce Huffman of New Orleans has a 23-game on-base streak going at today's play. The longest in the league this year. Edwards, who has the 17-game hitting streak, has an on-base streak of 21 games. Those are the 2 longest in the league this year. Team-wise, Tacoma Red Hot. They've won 4 in a row and taken over first place in the North Division. Here's Alex Fernandez batting .284, 6 doubles, 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. First pitch taking a curveball low, ball 1. Fernandez 5 for 13 in this series. On the cold side, well, you got to include the Stingers. They've lost 4 in a row. They've lost 6 straight road games. Pitch on the way, swung on and a high, towering fly ball right center field. Weston and Gordon converging. It's Brian Gordon, the right fielder, coming in a couple of steps to make the catch for out number 1. So Fernandez is retired, one away. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Bobby Scales. Scales hitting .395, 8 doubles, 2 triples, no homers, and 7 runs batted in. Stingers have lost 4 in a row, as we mentioned, 6 in a row on the road. That equals a franchise record, and they've lost 11 of their last 14 games overall. Stingers hoping to snap all of those skids here tonight. First pitch to the switch hitting Scales, batting left-handed against the right-hander Middlebrook. He takes a breaking ball low, ball 1. Want to know the count? The outfield straight away for Scales, who's 1 for 4 with a double in this series. Middlebrook's pitch, swinging a ground ball on 2 hops to first, handled by Nieves. He'll take it 4 steps to the bag for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Portland second. That'll bring up Henri Stanley, the center fielder, the former New Orleans Zephyr, batting .260. 6 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, and 8 runs batted in. Stanley 2 for 4 with a double and 2 RBI. So here's Stanley, who was a tough out for Salt Lake pitching a year ago. He hit .412 against Salt Lake, 7 for 17. First pitch taking, a strike to the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The outfield, a couple of steps towards right for Stanley. The pitch, and it's down low for a ball. Deep is the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Middlebrook's last outing was a win on May 1st over Tacoma. 7 solid innings, gave up 4 runs, all earned on 5 hits with a season high 9 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch, fastball inside as Stanley jackknifes to get out of the way. Ball 2. 2-1 the count on Stanley. Padres claimed him off waivers from the Astros back in November. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch. Swung on and line towards left. Riggs going back. It's up there, and it is gone. An opposite field home run for Henri Stanley. And it's now the Stingers 2 and Portland 1. For Stanley, his second home run of the season. His first off Salt Lake, and for Jason Middlebrook, that is the 8th home run he's given up this year. That's 3rd most in the league. Chris Wilson of Omaha surrendered 10 home runs. Brian Tolberg of Colorado Springs 9, and now Jason Middlebrook surrenders his 8th. So it's a 2-1 ball game. And the batter, Humberto Quintero. The first pitch is slice and a diving stop by Nieves off the short hop. And gets up and goes 3 steps to the bag for the out. A sensational play by Nieves to take a double away as he dives towards the line and stares it on the short hop. Beavers get a run on 1 hit. A home run by Stanley, nobody left on base. And at the end of 2, it's now the Stingers 2 and Portland 1 here on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Don't wait any longer. Right now, you can get the deal of the year on a new DirecTV system. Throw away your old cable box or rabbit ears and get hooked up to a new DirecTV system from Sky Satellite. How about getting up to 4 DirecTV receivers free? That's right, free with no rebates, no games, no gimmicks. F-R-E-E. And free installation and over 125 channels, including local channels, for only $29.99 per month for the first 6 months. $29.99. That's way less than you pay for fewer cable channels. And with DirecTV from Sky Satellite, you have better picture, better reliability, and your rates won't keep going up like they do with cable TV. Make the switch now. Stop wasting money every month for poor quality service. Upgrade to 100% digital picture and sound with DirecTV. Call Sky Satellite today, and you could be hooked up tomorrow. Call 978-0022. 978-0022. That's 978-0022.
Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper's dented, torn, or scuffed, Dent Pro Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT-PRO.
We move along now to the third inning. It's a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Stingers. Barry Weston, Adam Riggs, and Alex Pelaez due up to face right-hander Justin Germano. It's also time to find out what else is happening under the lights tonight at the PCL and Major League Baseball. Brought to you by TE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. You can check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Barry Weston to start things off reached on a fielder's choice in the first, came in to score when Cirillo committed the error on Alex Pelaez's ground ball. So Weston at the plate to get things going for the Stingers here in the third. The line by Germano. First pitch to Barry. Fastball knee high over the outer half of the plate for a strike. 0-1. Under the lights tonight at the PCL, Nashville defeated Memphis 4-2, scoring all four of its runs in the fourth inning. The 0-1. Weston takes a fastball inside at the belt. 1-1 the count. In the eighth at Oklahoma, the Red Hawks pounding New Orleans 13-2. Oklahoma leading the East Division. The 1-1. Fastball in under the letters is strike 1-2. In the fifth at Tacoma, the Rainiers at Edmonton are tied 1-1 as Tacoma looks for its fifth straight victory. Fresno and Sacramento are tied 1-1 in the third at Raleigh Field. Now the 1-2. Weston takes inside a fastball 2-2. Earlier today, it was Tucson scoring 6 runs in the ninth to defeat Las Vegas 11-5. Andrew Good, the winner, now 3-1. The 2-2. Curveball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second strikeout for Germano, and there's one down here in the third. That'll bring up Adam Riggs, who's to the center field his first time up, and later scored on the sacrifice fly by Brian Gordon. Also this afternoon, Colorado Springs knocked off Albuquerque 7-5. Former Stinger Mark Kroon notching his fourth save. Jarrett Wright's now 4-2 as Omaha shut out Iowa 4-0. Third ball, bent in for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Partial schedule in the American League, a full schedule in the National League is when Riggs chopped one foul to the left of home plate, 0-2. Third inning at Seattle, the Twins lead the Mariners 1-0 in the Europa game of that series. Yankees hit the A's with a 4 spot in the second. They lead Oakland 4-0 as New York goes after its 9th straight win. Tampa Bay still leading the Angels 2-0 in the second, but the Angels had the bases loaded with 2 outs. There's a pitch line, but at the third baseman Cirillo went down on one knee to make the catch. The 2 up and 2 down here in the Stingers third. That'll bring up Alex Pelaez, who picked up an RBI on that error, because you cannot assume the double play would have been turned, as obvious as it may be. David Eckstein just walked with the bases loaded. It's now the Devil Rays 2 and the Angels 1. Bottom of the second. First pitch curveball, a good one, in for a strike, 0-1. Earlier, Boston beat Cleveland 5-2 as Pedro Martinez raised his record to 4-2. CC Sabathia took the loss. The 0-1. Slider low and outside, 1-1 the count. Keith Polk his 6th save. Manny Ramirez hits his 7th home run for the Red Sox. Former Buzz outfielder Matt Lawton hits his 6th for Cleveland. A 1-1. Low outside, ball 2. In the National League, Mike Piazza just homered in the bottom of the 11th to give the Mets a 2-1 win over San Francisco. Pedro Feliz had homered for the Giants at the top of the 7th. Kareem Garcia tied it with a homer in the bottom of the 7th. Here's a ground ball. Back at third. Backhanded by Cirillo. The long throw in time for the out to retire the side. Line play by Cirillo. Going towards the line. Backhanding that ball. Anchoring his right foot and firing his strike to Joe Gerber at first. 3 up and 3 down go the Stingers in the third. And after 2.5, it remains Salt Lake 2, Portland 1 here on ESPN 1230.
when we last heard from our hero, Alta Mortgage Man, he was defeating his arch enemy, Dr. Apathy. Dr. Apathy has been silenced for the time being, but the latest foe to rear his ugly head is Morty Mortgage Mogul. He is particularly evil because he deceitfully tricks his clients into refinancing for promises of free trips and other incentives. One day, as Alta Mortgage Man opened his toolbox, he noticed a little gem in the corner, picked it up, dusted it off, and said to himself, "Here is a program that works with purchases or refinances, and no one else offers it. I will offer an interest-only loan at a fixed rate for up to 7 years. That means clients can borrow over $150,000 for payments under $650, which is total tax deductible. Alta Mortgage Man gives you total flexibility with this loan, giving you several payment options every single month. Interest only, interest plus principal, and 15 and 30-year payouts at no prepayment penalty. For more information, visit AltaMortgageGroup.com or call 801-628-9400. Program offers with 5.217 APR and is subject to credit approval.
There's a lot going on in Elko, Nevada. June features the 19th Annual Mining Expo and the Elko Motorcycle Jamboree. July features the National Bass Festival and the Silver State Stampede. And in August, there's the Elko County Fair and Senior Olympic Games. Call 800-248-3556 for more information. Paid for by the Elko Convention and Visitors Authority.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Finally got down to the bottom of the third inning. It's a 2-1 ball game in favor of the Stingers. It'll be Joe Gerbert, J.J. Fermaniak, and Bernie Castro. The 9-1 and 2 hitters due up in the Portland batting order to face right-hander Jason Middlebrook. Joe Gerber to start things off, batting .258, 3 doubles and 4 runs batted in for Gerber on the year. 1 for 7 in this series. Takes a breaking ball, low, ball 1, finishing up that scoreboard. Cardinals beat the Phillies 7-4. 1-0 pitch into the dirt, ball 2. Randy Wolf for Philadelphia had a 21 inning scoreless streak coming into today's game, but Cardinals scored 5 runs off him in the first inning. Now the 2-0. Curveball strikes the knees in the inside corner, 2-1. San Diego pounded Atlanta 7-3. Brian Lawrence the winner, 4-2. Mike Hampton the loser, 0-3. The 2-1. Swing and a pop foul coming back onto the roof and out of play. 2-2 the count. Khalil Green has played here in Portland last year. Jay Payton homer for the Padres. Julio Franco went deep for Atlanta. Houston down the Pirates 5-2. Now the 2-2. Gerber swings and lofts one into shallow left. Adam Riggs, the left fielder, coming in. He's there, and he'll put it away for out number 1. Gerber retired, 1 out. That'll bring up J.J. Fermaniak to the shortstop. Fermaniak batting .286, 5 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, 9 runs batted in, a whopping 6 for 13 in this series. 8 of his 9 runs batted in this year come against Salt Lake. Cubs erupt on Arizona and beat the Diamondbacks 11-3. Fastball strike, outside corner, belt high, 0-1. Derek Lee with his 4th home run. Matt Clement with the victory. He's now 5-1 for Chicago. The 0-1. Inside with a fastball. Spins Fermaniak around. That evens the count at 1-1. Dodgers over the Marlins 9-4. Ishii over Dontrell Willis. Eric Gagne with his 9th save. Sean Green, a couple of home runs for the Dodgers. Montreal topped Colorado 3-1. Hernandez over Ellerton. Devon now 2-2. Ellerton 0-5. The 1-1 pitch. Fermaniak swings and fouls it back. Winds up in one of the sweeps. 1-2 the count. And Cincinnati rallied with 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th to beat Milwaukee 9-6. Ken Griffey Jr. homered for the Reds in that one. Now the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a good changeup. He struck him out. And Fermaniak way out in front of it. First K for Jason Middlebrook. So now 2 up and 2 down. Here's Bernie Castro, fly to center field, his first time up. Middlebrook now with 24 strikeouts, just out of the top 10 in the PCL. Curveball in at the knees, a strike 0-1. One other score to report. That's in the NBA playoff series between Miami and Indiana. No contest there. Swing and a miss at a curveball. The count on Castro's 0-2. Don't have to worry about Indiana being rusty after an 11-day layoff. They lead Miami 60-44 with 5:45 to go in the third quarter. Now the wind of the 0-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball in the dirt. Drop third strike. Gregorio has trouble picking it up. Throws to first. Not in time. As the throw pulled the first baseman Nieves off the bag. Castro runs well, and so Nieves had to hurry. Rather, Gregorio had to hurry. And in his haste, he bobbled the ball initially. By the time he recovered, it'll be a strikeout wild pitch. Although, again, if there's a good throw, Castro's out. But it wasn't a good throw, and he's not out. So Castro, the time run at first. 7 steals and 10 tries. Gregorio has to keep an eye on him, as does the pitcher, Jason Middlebrook. First pitch on the way to Jeff Cirillo. Oh, a fastball, ball one. 1-0 the count. So Middlebrook with his second strikeout, but his second wild pitch of the season. 1 ball, no strikes the count on Cirillo. Again, no timetable for his return has been set at this point. Two-time All-Star, once as an American Leaguer in '97 and the National League in 2000. Middlebrook with a turn of the toss to first sends Castro diving back into the bag. 1 ball, no strike. Cirillo, a lifetime .299 hitter in the major leagues. He was over 300 until his 205 season with Seattle last year. Middlebrook again with a step off and the toss to first. And Castro dives back in safely. 1 ball, no strikes. We're at the bottom of the third. Stingers leading Portland by a score of 2-1. Castro again with that big lead. Right foot out on the carpet. Middlebrook ready. And the 1-0. Castro doesn't go, and the breaking ball misses low. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Craig Colbert, the manager for the Beavers, coaching at third. When he was a Las Vegas star in the Padres organization, he enjoyed buzz pitching. He hit .333 against Salt Lake, 20 hits and 60 at-bats. Out 2-0. Just off the outside corner at the knees with a curveball, and it's 3-0. Middlebrook went to 3-0 on Cirillo in the first. Got a strikeout before getting Cirillo to foul out to the third baseman Pelaez down the left field line. 3 balls, no strikes to count. Middlebrook ready. Holds and now delivers. Into the dirt, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Jason, and now runners are at first and second base with 2 outs. The batter will be John Knott. Bounced out to the shortstop. Jeff Thrower, his first time up. It all started with a wild pitch, drop third strike. Tacoma's now taken a 3-1 lead on Edmonton going into the 7th. Raiders looking for their 5th straight win and a sweep of their series with the Trappers. Middlebrook ready. The pitch to Knott. Curveball line towards center field, but Wesson drifting back is there, and he'll make the shoulder high grab to retire the side. Now hit it on the nose, but right at Barry Wesson. No runs, no hits. A couple of runners were left on. And so after 3 complete, it's the Stingers 2 and Portland 1 here on ESPN 1230.
There is no escape. there is only survival.
And, oh yeah, a paintball park of fun. Welcome to the joy and excitement of Paintball Addicts, Utah's newest, largest, and most affordable paintball park. 2 huge indoor competition and play areas completely surrounded by netting, so Paintball Addicts is safe for participants and spectators. The model for paintball of the future. Paintball Addicts offers paintball games, repairs, and a fully stocked pro shop. Paintball is perfect for corporate team building, group activities, birthday parties, and families. Paintball Addicts is less expensive than you might think, with additional discounts for groups of 10 or larger. Open play begins at 4 weekdays and all day Saturday. Paintball Addicts, the fun and excitement you didn't know you were missing. 999 West, 2610 South, or call 886-8899. That's 886-8899.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
To the 4th, Stingers got in front 2-1, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Stingers, 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error for Portland. It'll be Brian Gordon, Will Nieves, and Gary Johnson to face right-hander Justin Germano. Brian Gordon to start things off. Drove in a run with a sacrifice flies. First time at bat. Pickett and Alfredo Ameziga. Todd Walker had a 2 triple game at one time. 1-0 pitch on the way. Strike from the inside corner of the knees, 1-1. Dan Masteller did it the first year, among others. One ball, 1 strike on Beavers. The others, Justin Bachman for the Stingers. There's a throw to first, a runner back. So the list now: Dan Masteller, Todd Walker, Justin Bachman, Sean Pickens, who did it twice, and Alfredo Ameziga. When Pickens did it the first time, that was against Nashville in April of 2003, a series last year in which Pickens had 5 triples in 4 games against the Sound. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Avis. The turn of the toss to first drives Gordon back to the bag. And at first base, nobody out. Here in the 4th inning, it's 2-1 Salt Lake. 2 runs in the first for the Stingers. Beavers got 1 back in the second on a home run by Henri Stanley. The 1-1 pitch, fastball inside as Davis shifts back to get out of the way. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. There'll be a bus ride tomorrow morning up to Tacoma. Yeah, an early start, 6:05 the start time in Tacoma, so that's 7:05 Mountain Time. 2:35 on Saturday, 2:35 on Sunday, and 7:05 again on Monday. Swing, got a miss at a fastball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, good location on the outer half of the plate above the knee. 2-2 the count on the Avis. Friday night, tomorrow night, Chris Butchek will face left-hander Travis Blackley. The 2-2 runner goes, swinging a foul bag. Gordon will have to head back to first. Saturday afternoon, Brandon Emanuel faces Matt Thornton. Sunday afternoon, Steve Green faces Chase Young-Beck. And then on Monday, Mike Brunet faces left-hander Bobby Madrich. In the Stingers' home, face a couple of Central Division opponents. The Albuquerque Isotopes for 4 and the Colorado Springs Sky Sox for 4. Runner at first base, nobody out. Toronto, the 2-2. Curveball is popped up. Left side of the infield, the shortstop for Maniac camped underneath it, and he'll one-hand it for the out. So the Avis is retired, 1 down here in the 4th. That'll bring up Gary Johnson, the designated hitter. Bounced out to the first baseman Gerber, his initial timeout. So the infield, a double play depth. Gary Johnson trying to snap out of the doldrums here. Pitch on the way, fastball high, snap throw to first, and Gordon is back. Again, Johnson 0 for 8 now in this series. Hitless in his last 13 at bats. Although he's had some hard hit balls in this stretch, just at people. Now Germano ready, the 1-0. Swung on, popped up, foul ground, third base side. Cirillo will have room, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So a leadoff single by Brian Gordon. 2 outs later, he's still at first, and the batter will be Tom Gregorio, the catcher. Single to left field for second. And also stole his first ever base at the AAA level. And his first stolen base anywhere in 2 years. So Gregorio getting set to stand in early in his career. Throw to first base, and the runner is back. Gregorio played in the Northwest League with Boise in 1999. Portland had a team in the Northwest League at that point. One of Gregorio's 5 home runs was a mammoth shot here, according to the locals. It was landed on the street where the train is going by as we speak. First pitch, curveball, low and outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Stingers leading 2-1, and we're in the 4th. Runner at first base, 2 outs. Germano ready. The 1-0 to Gregorio. Fastball runs inside the right-hand batter. Ball 2. Again, Rob Quinlan called up today. Matt Hensley sent back to the Stingers. Stingers with only 1 extra position player. The only position player that's not in the lineup right now is Derek Gibson. Gregorio catching. Wilmy Avis playing first base. 2 balls, no strikes. Germano's pitch. Outside with a changeup. Ball 3. 3-0 the count with Brian Specht on deck. Three balls, no strikes. Outfield straight away for Tom as Germano delivers the 3-0. And it's on the outside corner at the bell to strike it at 3-1. Mike Brumley going through the series of signs over at third base. Jim Edford, the hitting coach, back over at first base after coaching from third the last 2 nights. 3 balls, 1 strike. Germano ready to pitch. Swung on and shot just foul outside the bag at third. Rolls down into the Portland bullpen, and that fills the count at 3-2. So that means 3-2 and 2 out. The runner at first base, Brian Gordon, will automatically be on the move with the pitch. count now on Tom Gregorio. First baseman Gerber playing behind Gordon at first base. Ryan takes off the 3-2, swung on and line towards left, but John Knott coming in is there, and he'll make the letter high grab to retire the side. No runs, one hit. One runner left on base after 3 1/2 innings of play. It's the Stingers 2 and Portland 1 here on ESPN 1230.
Comcast got big halftime entertainment coming your way. So get ready to party with Comcast half-price sale. Is the big voice announcer ready?
Entertainment.
Marching band? Inflatable gorilla?
Inflated.
Cannons?
Loaded.
Prices?
Let him have.
Okay, release the announcer.
It's halftime at Comcast, and that means everything's on sale half price. Everything. Just call 1-800-COMCAST for great Comcast cable half price for 2 months.
Cable, digital cable, HDTV, installation, it's all half price. Plus, add HBO and get award-winning original series like The Sopranos, hit movies like The Matrix Reloaded, and Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, and great family entertainment. Half price for 2 months.
In on real halftime entertainment. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
Thanks, boys. I think they get the point. Go ahead, deflate the gorilla.
After 2 months, regular supply not available in all areas. Certain restrictions, equipment, taxes, and other fees may apply. Call for details.
The Stingers take advantage of any opportunity to win. It's the same for any qualified buyer with a Honda card at Stedman's Recreation. Pick up a new Honda ATV in stock for just $29 a month for 6 months. See Stedman's on Main and Tooele. Hurry, offer in soon. Offered through GE Capital Consumer Card. 1.9% APR and $29 payments are for 6 months. After 6 months, the standard program applies. See participating Honda dealers for details.
Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 2-1 ball game. The Stingers out in front. Alex Fernandez, Bobby Scales, and Henri Stanley. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up in the Portland batting order to face right-hander Jason Middlebrook. Time now to take a look at who's hitting the cover off the ball in the PCL. Brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. Well, right now, it's still Calvin Pickering leading the league with 13. The gap is closing a little bit. Jason Dubois of Iowa and Ruben Mateo of Nashville are next with 9 home runs. Dan Johnson of Sacramento follows with 8. Total extra base hits. Larry Sutton of Albuquerque leads with 19. The Stingers, Adam Riggs and Mateo of Nashville, are next with 16 each. First pitch to Alex Fernandez. A curveball inside at the knees, ball 1. Fernandez flied out to the right fielder, Brian Gordon, his first time up. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, you can email me. 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on, little flare to shallow right, going back to second baseman. Speck back pedaling makes the grab. About 40 feet back on the outfield for out number 1. Fernandez is out. That'll bring up Bobby Scales, who grounded to first his initial time. The email address is steve.clauke, and that's K-L-A-U-K-E, at sitcom.com. If you didn't have a piece of paper and a pencil to write that down on, you can go to the Stingers website and find my email address. So here's Scales. First pitch from Middlebrook. The curveball in at the knees for a strike. 0-1. We'll try to answer your questions as soon as possible, sometimes even on the air. Now the 0-1. Fastball knee high on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Stingers leading this ball game by a score of 2-1 as Jason Middlebrook deals. Fastball high, 1-2. Middlebrook last year was in the Mets organization. He last pitched here in Portland in 2002. 1 ball, 2 strikes the pitch. Breaking ball low, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With the Beavers in 2002, he was 2-5 in 10 appearances, 7 starts. The year before that, though, he was 7-4 in 15 starts for the Beavers. 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's a strike 3 call. A breaking ball in the inside corner at the knees. Dale's not happy. He thought it was low. Matter of fact, so did I. So that's the third strikeout for Jason Middlebrook, and that'll bring up Henri Stanley, who had an opposite field home run to left his last time up as he took a 2-1 pitch the other way. Middlebrook last year was 7-10 in 23 starts at AAA Norfolk. No decisions and 5 relief appearances for the Mets. The breaking ball misses low to Stanley, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Well, the first month of the season is over with. Some bizarre things took place in the month of April in baseball. Here's a ground foul, first base side, 1-1. ESPN.com's Jason Stark talking about the injuries of the month. Third prize in the High-Team division. Braves infielder Jorge Velandia missed the last week of spring training and a possible spot on the opening day roster because he forgot to wash his sliding pads and wound up with an infected knee. As the breaking ball misses low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Second prize, Owners Division. Tampa Bay managing general partner Vince Nimoli got hit by a flying bat while sitting behind the dugout April 22nd. More on that after the 2-1. Ripped deep down the right field line, but hooking foul. 2-2 the count. He was seated next to the Army Chief of Staff, General Pete Shoemaker. No truth to the rumor, according to Stark, that Nimoli has asked President Bush to deploy more troops in future Devil Rays games to protect him. And there were 2 sleeping injuries this spring. Curveball grounded past the mound. The second baseman charges, gloves, sets and throws. The first for the out. And that retires the side. We'll tell you about the sleeping injuries when we return as the Beavers are up and down in order in their half of the fourth. We'll move to the fifth. It's the Stingers 2 and Portland 1 here on ESPN 1230.
The following message for self-employed business owners is brought to you by the National Association for the Self-Employed. 801-255-7131.
Hi, I'm Merlin Olson. Over the years, I've worn a lot of different hats. Football player, actor, broadcaster, corporate speaker. If you work for yourself, you know what I mean. You're the CEO, the sales force, the bookkeeper, and the janitor. Well, I found a way for self-employed people like us to do it all and save money at the same time. It's the National Association for the Self-Employed. The NASC helped me gain access to affordable, endorsed health insurance. They also offer access to tax and business advice, credit card processing, and many other business benefits. They can help you, too. The National Association for the Self-Employed. Something to help everyone, even if everyone is just you.
Endorsed insurance is underwritten by the Mega Life and Health Insurance Company. Not available in all states. Call Chris at 255-7131. That's 255-71.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp and clean that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
All right, we go to the fifth inning. 2-1 in favor of the Stingers. Salt Lake with Brian Speck, Jake Thrower, and Barry Wesson due up to face right-hander Justin Germano. Time now for our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Portland defensive alignment, brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. John Nod in left, Henri Stanley in center, and Alex Fernandez in right. Jeff Cirillo at third, J.J. Permaniak at short, Bernie Castro at second, and Joe Gerber at first. A battery of Justin Germano pitching and Humberto Quintero catching. Here's Brian Speck, who was the strikeout victim in the second inning of Germano. 2-1 Stingers here in the fifth. First pitch to Speck down the way. Check swing foul to the seat behind the third base dugout. Strike one. Good catch by a fan. We're talking about bizarre injuries here in the early going. A couple of sleeping injuries in spring training. Now the pitch. Strike at the knees, 0-2. A's pitcher Rich Harden strained his shoulder, turning off his alarm clock. Florida's Bryce Flory had a nightmare, jumped out of bed and crashed into the sliding doors. 0-2 pitch, and Beck pops it up foul, third base side out of play. Apparently, Devil Rays outfielder Rocco Baldelli this week, his neck was so stiff on Monday he could only DH, and he told the St. Petersburg Times that the only thing he could think of that caused it was sleeping unusual, or in an unusual position. The 0-2 pitch is fouled off again, third base side into the seats. He says, I fall asleep propped up watching TV a lot. Maybe I should start turning the TV off and going to sleep. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Now the pitch. Into the dirt, a ball, 1-2. Some of the quotes of the month: Minnesota reliever Terry Mulholland, after the Twins purchased his contract from Seattle for $1. Mulholland said, quote, $1 well spent. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a foul right through the legs. The catcher Quintero back to the screen. Still 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Stingers 2, Beavers 1. We're in the 5th. Now the pitch. Going on, shot toward second, flagged down by Castro to his left. A nice play in the throw to first for the out. Hard hit ball. Castro lunging to his left while keeping his feet. He makes the play, then the throw to first in plenty of time to get Beck. Jake Thrower, the batter, 1 for 2. Cardinal reliever Ray King said he was so inspired by the sight of President Bush throwing out the first ball on opening day that he promptly ran 3-0 counts on the first 2 hitters he faced. King said, quote, the president threw one more strike than I did. Now the pitch. Thrower takes a curveball over for a strike. 0-1 on Jake, a switch hitter batting left-handed against the right-hander, Justin Germano. As Germano making his AAA debut tonight. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball into the dirt. Evens the count on Thrower. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fingers getting 2 runs in the first. Portland 1 in the second. Now the line by Germano. The 1-1. Thrower takes another one to the dirt right by his left foot. The count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's not been a good year so far for Ottawa knuckleballer Joe Cannon. 2-1. Into the dirt, ball 3. Ottawa, the AAA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. So far, in 19 and the third innings this year, he's given up 20 hits, 23 runs, 22 of them earned. He's walked 26 and struck out 10. Thrown 7 wild pitches. 46 of 71 hitters have reached base against him. There's a swing and a tap foul at home plate, and that fills the count at 3-2. Amazingly, he is still at AAA. Three balls, 2 strikes, the count on Thrower. The pitch. Outside at the knees, he walked him. That's the first walk issued by Germano. That one was borderline, but just missed outside, and so the Stingers have a runner at first with 1 out. Here's Barry Weston, who's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first. Struck out swinging in the third. So 1 on, 1 out for Barry Weston. Now Germano ready. The pitch. In at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Weston. And an 8-game hitting streak snapped here on Tuesday. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball just inside of the knees, 1-1. Barry hit .364 during that stretch. And like Adam Riggs got jump-started when Mike Crumley moved him into the leadoff spot. The 1-1 pitch sinks low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Two balls, one strike. Now the pitch, curveball into the dirt with the runner going. It goes all the way back to the screen. Thrower will get a stolen base on that one. And now the count's 3-1. In case you don't know, if the runner is on the move with the pitch and the ball is misplayed at the plate, either a pass ball or a wild pitch it would normally have been, that is negated with the runner going, and the thrower gets credit for the stolen base, so he's now 4 for 4 on the year in that department. And another $5 goes to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah, courtesy of DetPro and DetPro Colors. 3-1 pitch to Wesson. Fastball inside, he walked him. And so after 1 out, Germano with a pair of bases on balls. The Stingers have runners at first and second base, 1 out. Here's Adam Riggs, 1 for 2. He singled and scored the first, lined out to the third baseman Cirillo in the third. So here's Riggs now with 2 on and 1 out, trying to add to a 2-1 Stingers lead. Outfield straight away, the infield a double play depth. The pitch. Riggs takes a fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield again pretty much straight away here. Germano ready from the belt. The check of the runner at second and the pitch home. The curveball that misses inside, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And tomorrow we're in Tacoma to start a 4-game series. With the Rainiers, Stingers and Tacoma split a 4-game set last week at Franklin Covey Field. The 1-1, swing and a pop-up on the infield. The infield fly rule in effect. The second baseman Castro coming in will make the catch for out number 2. So Riggs is retired, so it's up to Alex Pelaez now to take advantage of the 2 walks in this inning. Pelaez 0 for 2 officially with a run batted in. Driven in 4 runs in this series and 8 in 8 games with Portland. Still so far a pretty solid AAA debut by Justin Germano. Only allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 of the runs unearned. Now the pitch. Elias swings it, grounds it foul in between the coach's box and the bag at third. The count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Elias came into this ball game with a 4-game hitting streak. He had an 11-gamer early on this year, third longest by a Stinger. Adam Riggs had a 15-game hitting streak. Gary Johnson a 12-gamer. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Curveball, that's lifted in the air towards left center field. Henry Stanley drifting back, didn't see it right away. Now he locates it, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, a couple of walks, and 2 runners left on the next pass. Halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder, it's the Stingers 2 and Portland 1 on ESPN 1230.
There is no escape. There is only survival.
Oh yeah, a paintball park of fun. Welcome to the joy and excitement of Paintball Addicts, Utah's newest, largest, and most affordable paintball park. 2 huge indoor competition and play areas completely surrounded by netting, so Paintball Addicts is safe for participants and spectators. The model for paintball of the future. Paintball Addicts offers paintball games, repairs, and a fully stocked pro shop. Paintball is perfect for corporate team building, group activities, birthday parties, and families. Paintball Addicts is less expensive expensive than you might think, with additional discounts for groups of 10 or larger. Open play begins at 4 weekdays and all day Saturday. Paintball Attic, the fun excitement you didn't know you were missing. 999 West, 2610 South, or call 886-8899. That's 886-8899.
Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper's dented or no scuffs, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT-PRO.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we move along to the bottom of the fifth inning. Still 2-1 Stingers. Humberto Quintero, Joe Gerber, and J.J. Permaniak, the bottom third of the Portland order, 2 up. Resetting our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers defensive alignment, courtesy of both Directories Company. Adam Riggs in left, Barry Weston in center, Brian Gordon in right, Alex Pelaez at third, Jake Thrower at short, Brian Specht at second, and Will Nieves at first. The battery, Jason Middlebrook pitching, and Tom Gregorio catching. Quintero to lead things off, robbed of a double at least on a diving catch or off the short hop by Will Nieves at first. Here's a broken bat roller, just foul outside the bag at third. 1 strike the count on Quintero. That bat split into several pieces. So back to the dugout, a new piece of wood for Quintero. Home plate umpire David Ashwick picking up that sliver of bat that was sitting up along the third base side. In the meantime, the restaurant here borrowing the remnants of the bat to take care of a few sandwiches needing to fix. No balls, 1 strike the count on Quintero. The pitch from Middlebrook. His swing on a breaking ball outside. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quintero, acquired in July of 2002 from the White Sox organization by San Diego. 1-1 breaking ball. That's on the outside half of the plate at the knees. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Beavers outfielder Alex Fernandez also coming over in that trade for infielder D'Angelo Jimenez. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. He struck him out. That ball looked like it was about shoulder high. Strikeout number 4 for Middlebrook. So 1 down. That'll bring up Joe Gerber, who flied out to Riggs and left his first time up. Middlebrook through 4 1/3 has given up just 1 hit, the home run by Stanley. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. I mentioned earlier Middlebrook 8 home runs allowed, but I think about 5 or 6 of them, if not more, have been with the bases empty. Pitch on the way, breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. There have been some very good pitchers over the years who have made a living out of giving up a lot of solo homers. We're going to give up the long ball, make sure the bases are empty. That's what Middlebrook's done this year. 1-0 pitch on the way. Hooked in the left field, a base hit. Played on the second hop by Adam Riggs, and Gerber's aboard with a 1-out single. Just the second hit of the ball game for the Beavers. So 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up J.J. Permaniak, who struck out swinging his first time up. Permaniak last year was a Cal League All-Star shortstop playing for the Lake Elsinore Storm. With .314 with 9 homers and 54 runs batted in just 78 games. There's a pitch, fastball foul back off to our right, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Again, that's only the second hit of the ball game. For Portland. The infield now for the Stingers, a double play depth. Middlebrook ready with the 0-1. Walk on, ground ball up the middle, thrower dives, knocks it down, makes a backhand toss to second, not in time. That'll be an infield single for Permaniak. And now runners at first and second base with one out. Bounding ball that on this artificial surface seemed to pick up speed. Thrower to his left made the diving stop, but he was laying on his stomach. His only choice was to try to make a backhand flip to expected second base covering, but the ball went high into the air. By the time it came down, it was too late. Third into the ball game for Portland, so the bottom of the order is set the table now. Well, the leadoff hitter, Bernie Castro, is 0 for 2. Reached on a drop third strike his last time up. Takes a curveball low, ball one. So the Beavers have the tying run in scoring position at second, and the lead run over at first. Castro tough to double up with his speed. Elias even with the bag at third. Middlebrook ready with a 1-0. Inside and low, ball two. 2-0 the count. Jeff Cirillo's on deck. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Middlebrook ready. The pitch to the left-hand hitting Castro. A little bit inside again. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. A wide one here would load him up. 3 balls, no strikes. Now Middlebrook sets the pitch. Fastball down the middle is strike 3-1. And now Jason wants a new baseball. Somebody asked me once about getting a new baseball out there. Not only because there might be something wrong with the ball. Pitchers sometimes, depending on the pitch that he wants to throw, would like higher or lower seams. 3-1. Swinging a bouncing ball. Middlebrook's got it. Looks to second and throws there and gets the force out on the middleman on a close play. Jason was going to go for the sure out at first, but he took a gamble and got for Maniac on the force out at second. So 2 out, runners at first and third now for Jeff Cirillo. I would almost 100% expect Castro to be running here. And now the catcher Gregorio about to have a word with Middlebrook. The tying run down just 90 feet away at third with a runner at first base as well. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Stingers trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead. The outfield straight away with 2 outs now. The infield is back. Except maybe the second baseman Speck in a little bit closer, as he might be the one who would take a potential throw from the catcher Gregorio if Castro's on the move. Now Middlebrook ready. Castro doesn't go, and the pitch is a fastball low, ball 1. Cirillo popped up to the third baseman Elias in foul territory his first time up. Walked on 4 straight pitches in the third. 1 ball, no strikes. Middlebrook set. The pitch. Curveball to the dirt. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. John Knott would be next. There is activity in the Portland bullpen. For the Beavers, right-hander Brandon Puffer is throwing. Now Middlebrook the 2-0. Sinks down low, ball 3. 3-0 the count, and a wide one would load him up. 3 balls, no strikes on the hitter Cirillo. Gerber the lead at third, Castro at first, the 3-0. Down the middle of the bell is Trenkin at 3-1. The only reason that Castro might not run is they don't want to take the bat out of Cirillo's hand. They would probably walk him. Well, let's see if Castro goes now here on 3-1. Middlebrook ready. From the stretch, Castro doesn't go. The pitch is grounded towards short. Thrower's got it. The step of the throw to first high, and out at first as Davis came back down on the bag just in time. Jake kind of measured that throw a little bit, and it almost cost him, but pulled Nieves off the bag. Will able to get back down on it before Cirillo came across. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. At the end of 5, it's still the Stingers 2 and Portland 1 here on ESPN 1230.
Hey, this is Dan, the laptop man from PC Laptops. I'm always telling you about cool new breakthroughs in computer technology. Okay, here's the newest one, the Verizon Wireless Internet Card. What is this card? No, it's not a card that all of our laptops have built in to hook you to the network. What it does is it gives you internet, high-speed access anywhere there's cellular phone digital service with Verizon. That's just about every major city in the United States of America. There's one cool, low, flat rate you pay for unlimited internet access. And guess what? At PC Laptops, not only do we have these cards, we give you our lifetime service guarantee with it. What does that mean? We'll make sure that card works in any brand of laptop you got if you buy the card from us. Whether you have one of our laptops, Sony, Gateway, Dell, Compaq, whatever you got, we'll hook you up. You know what's really cool? You can go to the airport, you can go eat lunch, you can go anywhere and have wireless internet, high speed. Get on the PC Laptops right now and check it out. PC Laptops, we love you. Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real-life person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today, no matter what you need. You can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
We go to the 6th inning. The Stingers clinging to a 2-1 lead, looking for some insurance here. It'll be Brian Gordon, Will Nieves, and Gary Johnson due up. So now would be as good a time as any to let you know that be on the lookout for the Geico insurance run of the game. First time the Stingers go up by 2 runs or more. After the 5th inning, that's the Geico insurance run. Brian Gordon stands in to face Justin Germano. Brian 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly and a run batted in. He takes high ball 1. Rex Olson, your local Geico rep, will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund for every Geico insurance run of the game. There have been 9 so far this year, making the total donation $90 so far. 1 ball to count on Gordon. A pitch swing and a foul off the straight. The count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. It's also time to once again find out what's happening under the lights tonight at the PCL and Major League Baseball. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. You can check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Now the line by Germano, the 1-1. Swung on and pop foul. Third base side out of play. 1-2 the count. Games in progress in the PCL. Tacoma now leading Edmonton 4-1 and heading into the 9th at Cheney Stadium. Fresno and Sacramento are all tied at 4-4 after 4 in Town. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Gordon. The pitch. Curved ball into the dirt. He went around, dropped third strike. The ball rolling up the first base side. And an unfan toss to first for the out. 1 away. Well, Brian may have hurt himself on that swing. He didn't run that out to first base and was very slow leaving the batter's box. So 1 away, 3rd strikeout for Germano, and that'll bring up Will Nieves, who's 0 for 2. Finals, Oklahoma crushed New Orleans 13-2. It was Tucson topping Las Vegas 11-5 in a game that featured 7 home runs, 5 of them belonging to Tucson. First pitch here, Nieves swings, and it's a little flare down the left field side, and that's going to land just foul. Beyond the reach of the third baseman, Cirillo, but only about a foot wide of the line for strike 1. Nashville doubled up Memphis 4-2. Iowa shut out by Omaha 4-0. And Colorado Springs beat Albuquerque 7-5. The American League, they're in the bottom of the 6th at Seattle. Still Minnesota 1, the Mariners nothing. The 0-1 to Nieves. Curveball on 1 hop. Back to the pitcher, Germano. Go to first for the out. That was a little cue shot right off the end of the bat. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Gary Johnson, 0 for 2. Fouled out to the third baseman, Cirillo, his last time up. Sixth inning at Oakland, the A's and Yankees are tied for. Rubio Duranzo with his 5th home run of the year in the 4th inning, tied it up. Bottom of the 5th at Anaheim, the Angels trailing Tampa Bay 3-2. But they have runners at first and second with nobody out. 3 straight singles in the 5th have produced 1 run already for Anaheim. And Boston top Cleveland 5-2 as Pedro Martinez gets the win. He goes to 4-2. Now the first pitch to Johnson. Gary takes a strike on the outside corner at the knee. 0-1. National League all finals. The Mets beat the Giants 2-1 as Mike Piazza homers to win the game in the bottom of the 11th. All 3 runs total in that game came on solo homers. The 0-1. Johnson rips one. And a diving stop at first by Gerber. From his knees, he throws to first for the out. With the pitcher Germano covering. Gerber diving to his right to take a hit away from Gary Johnson. 3 up and 3 down go the Stingers in the 6th. But after 5.5 is still. The Stingers 2 and Portland 1 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.
Oh, it was one for the money, 2 for the show. We're free to get ready now. Go, catch up with the Jake. Jake's over the top, baby. Yeah.
Let me tell you about Jake's Over the Top. The name comes from the insane way their monster shakes rises inches above the top of the cup. A mountain of ice cream blended with fresh fruit, nuts, candy, and cookies. Like the strawberry banana shake, the turtle shake, or the Oreo. And it's lonesome tonight. Join me for a burger big enough for the two. It's called a Big Jake Burger. This hunk of bone and blood is 2 quarter-pound cheeseburgers. That's a half pound of charred broiled round steak, topped with 2 slices of cheddar cheese, freshly cooked bacon, ketchup, mayo, mustard, pickles, lettuce, and tomatoes on a sesame seed bun.
Jake's Over the Top now has slow roasted pork. Try our new slow roasted pork sandwich, loaded with slow roasted pork, pepper jack cheese, barbecue sauce, lettuce, tomatoes, and fried onion strings. Served on a hot deli roll for only $3.49. At Jake's, we don't stop at the top.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Coffee back with you here in Portland as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Stingers out in front of the Beavers by a score of 2-1. It'll be John Knott, Alex Fernandez, Bobby Scales, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up at the Portland batting order. The face right-hander Jason Middlebrook. Finishing up that scoreboard when we have the opportunity here while Jason finishes up his warm-up tosses. St. Louis defeats Philadelphia 7-4. As they scored 5 runs in the top of the first inning. San Diego pounds Atlanta 7-3. Khalil Green and Jay Payton homer for the Padres. Houston topped Pittsburgh 5-2. The Cubs walloped Arizona 11-3. Clement over descends. Los Angeles pounds Florida 9-4. The Marlins really struggling lately. Montreal topped Colorado 3-1, and it was Cincinnati with 5 at the bottom of the 7th, rallying past Milwaukee 9-6. Ken Griffey Jr. with his 4th home run of the year for the Reds. So here's John Knott to lead it off. He's grounded out to short and fly to center. First pitch swinging, he fouls it back over our heads. Landing right below us off the facing of a sweep. The count's 0-1. The chase is on for the Souvenir. And the young lady below winds up with it. Out positioning her date for the ball. No ball, 1 strike the count. At least I think that's her date. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball hit in the air towards deep right field. Gordon going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. An opposite field home run for John Knott, and this game is all tied at 2-2. Home runs tonight have been at the opposite field variety. The 9th long ball given up by Jason this year. So we're back to square one, all tied at 2-2. That is just the 4th hit of the ball game for Portland. Stingers also only have 4. There's a pitch, breaking ball, knee high for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count on Fernandez, who's wide to right and pops to second base. Now the pitch, low and inside as Fernandez backs out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. John Knott continuing to wear out Singer's pitching. Pitch to Fernandez. The fastball up and into the left-hand batter. 2-1 the count for Knott. That's his 5th home run, his 3rd against Salt Lake. That's his 21st run batted in, 10 of them against the Stingers. 2-1 the count on Fernandez. That stirs activity in the Salt Lake bullpen. There's a pitch, curveball of beauty on the outside corner at the knees, a strike. 2-2, backdoor curveball, started it outside and brought it back over the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Middlebrook pitch. Swung on and line to the right field, a base hit. Well, we've seen a couple of times this year where Middlebrook will be rolling along, and all of a sudden he gives up 3, 4, 5 runs. Well, they'll keep a close eye on him here. The batter, Bobby Scales, he's grounded out and taken a called 3rd strike tonight, so he's 0 for 2. So runner at first base, nobody out. Middlebrook ready, the pitch. Scales swings and taps it foul behind home plate for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. I believe the signal from the bullpen's been given that whoever out there warming up is ready. Tough to tell from here. No balls, 1 strike to count on Scales. High game now, 2-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Middlebrook ready. Now the 0-1. Low, a ball 1-1 as Fernandez bluffed a run of it over at first base. He is 5 for 5 at the stolen base department this year. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Scales. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Middlebrook. Now Jason ready. Across the turf and the runner's back. A 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Stingers had a 2-0 lead after 1, but a solo homer by Henri Stanley in the 2nd and a bases empty blast by John Knott here in the 6th to sign it up. Now Middlebrook ready. The 1-1. The runner goes, swinging a ground ball to first, backhanded by Nieves. Looks towards second, but his only play will be to first. So he turns and steps on the bag for the out. 1 away, and now Fernandez, the lead run for Portland's in scoring position with 1 out. The batter will be Henri Stanley. The opposite field home run to left in the 2nd. He grounded out to second in the 4th. So here's Stanley, the center fielder. Runner at second base, 1 out. Now Middlebrook ready. The pitch. Fastball inside as Stanley jackknives to get out of the way. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Fernandez, the lead run out at second base. Now Middlebrook ready. The 1-0. Swing and a little dribbler foul at the third base side. Evens the count at 1-1. By the way, congratulations to the brother of Stingers pitching coach Rich Bombard, Mark Bombard. Just found out last Saturday he picked up his 1,500th win as a minor league manager. He's the skipper of the Phillies AAA affiliate, the Trenton Wilkes-Barre Red Barons. And they beat Ottawa on Saturday 6-2 for Mark's 1,500th win. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Middlebrooks pitch to Stanley. Fastball just a little bit low. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Even Jason Middlebrook has talked about not being able to figure out why when things start to go south for them, they unravel in a hurry. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on and popped up. Near the bag at third, Pelaez drifts into foul territory just beyond the coach's box to make the catch for the out. So 2 down. Fernandez still at second, and the batter will be Humberto Quintero. He's grounded out and struck out. But Jason here trying to keep the game all tied at 2-2. After tonight, Middlebrook's next start will be the Stingers' next home game against the Albuquerque Isotopes. Tuesday, May 11th. Hope to see you at the ballpark. Albuquerque in for 4. Followed by a 4-game visit in the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. So 2 out, the lead run at second for Portland. Middlebrook trying to wiggle off the hook. The pitch. Third ball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Quintero hit .217 last year in 12 games for San Diego, but was 2 for 2 as a pinch hitter. No balls, 1 strike. Middlebrooks pitch. Fastball in the air towards left center field. Riggs coming over from his left field spot and in. Take the catch and retire the side. But the Beavers tie it up on the leadoff home run by Knott. 2 hits altogether. No errors and 1 runner left on base. After 6 complete innings of play, it's now the Stingers 2 and Portland 2 here on ESPN 1230.
Now you can experience the affordable luxury of Lexus at 2 locations. Larry H. Miller Lexus in Murray and the new Larry H. Miller Lexus of Linden. Lexus of Linden is now open, and you have to see it for yourself. Right now through the end of May, Larry H. Miller Lexus in Murray and Lexus of Linden have stocked the showrooms with all the Lexus models you want to drive home. Right now, lease a 2004 Lexus ES330 for just $399 a month. Lease a new RX 330 for as low as $499 a month, or take home a 2004 Lexus GS300 starting at just $499 a month. And with special financing, save up to $4,000 on your new Lexus. It's time for you to experience the affordable luxury of a Lexus. Visit Larry H. Miller Lexus in Murray and the all-new Larry H. Miller Lexus in Utah County, now open in Linden. After all, you know this guy. $2,500 total down, 48 monthly, 12,000 miles per year.
Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper is dented, torn, or scuffed, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT-PRO.
Well, you go to the 7th inning and a new pitcher on for Portland, Brandon Puffer, for the 13th time this year. In 19 innings, he's given up 18 hits, 6 runs, only 3 of them earned. He's walked 4, struck out 11, no decisions or saves, with a 1.42 earned run average. The PCL batting .240 against right-hander Brandon Puffer, who has been very, very tough on the Stingers this year. This is his 4th appearance in the previous 3. He's combined to go 5 1/3 innings, allowing only 3 hits and no runs. So the 6'3", 190-pound right-hander with a 3/4 arm delivery position will face Tom Gregorio, Brian Specht, and Jake Thrower. This shake-up in the Portland lineup brought to you by Jake's Over the Top. Enjoy a Jake's Over the Top shake. This month's shake of the month, a fresh strawberry shake. First pitch swinging, Gregorio lines a base hit that gets by the left fielder, not goes all the way to the wall, but he plays the carom so quickly, Gregorio has to hold it first with a single. But for Tom, that's his 2nd hit of the ball game, and the Stingers have a runner at first base with nobody out. They try to finally get something off of Brandon Puffer. So an outstanding line for Justin Germano in his AAA debut. 6 innings, 4 hits allowed, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. So here's Brian Speck, who has struck out and grounded out in 2 plate appearances. Let's see if he's going to be called upon to bump the top of the order to follow. Bumper ready, the turn and the toss to first. Drives Gregorio back. But not easy bunting on the artificial surface. Now the right-hander ready. The pitch, no sign of a bunt. Speck, he swings and lifts it into center field. A high, towering fly ball. Henri Stanley underneath it. And he'll make the catch for the out. Gregorio retreats back to first base. 1 down. That'll bring up Jake Thrower as the Stingers disdain the bunt. Interesting to note, the Stingers have 10 successful sacrifice bunts already this year after only 11 all of last year. So runner at first base, 1 out. And here's Thrower, 1 for 2. Walked his last time up, takes a curveball from Puffer over for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The Stingers without a lot of success against Puffer so far this year. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, the runner goes, pitches way outside to throw to second base, and Gregorio safe. 2 stolen bases in 1 game. Count is even at 1-1. Prior to tonight, he didn't have any stolen bases at the AAA level. And only 4 in his entire career, but Tom Gregorio with 2 here tonight. So now the lead runs in scoring position with 1 out for Thrower. He's 0 for 3 against Puffer. We saw Gene Kingsale with a couple of home runs in this series, giving him only 22 at nearly 3,000 at bats in the big leagues and minor leagues combined. There's a pitch, little tapper past the mound. The second baseman Castro charges, glove, throws, and gets Thrower at first base for the out. On the play, Gregorio goes to third. So 2 outs, and the batter will be Barry Wesson, who's 0 for 2. He walked his last time. Wesson hitless in 3 appearances against Puffer. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Beavers will have Gerber, Permaniak, and Castro. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. First pitch to Wesson. Fastball in at the knees. A strike 0-1. Again, Wesson and Puffer, teammates 2 years ago at New Orleans. And probably other stops along the way. Now the 0-1. Swung on and fouled into the seats for the Stingers dugout at first. And the count on Wesson's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Runner at third, 2 down. The pitch, curveball way outside. One ball, 2 strikes to count on Wesson. The pitch, another curveball, another one outside, ball 2. Is Puffer trying to get Wesson to go fishing, but so far, Barry's kept the line out of the water. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Gregorio, the lead run at third as the 2-2 comes home. Swung on, chopped towards the hole at short, cut off for the third baseman, Terrell. The off-balance throw just in time to get Wesson. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. 7th inning stretch time here in Portland. And the 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness. Now with 3 locations, Salt Lake, Orem, and Lake. Upper Limit Fitness will help you stretch a little further. After 6.5, it's the Beavers 2 and the Stingers 2 here on ESPN 1230.
During the month of May, join Walgreens and the American Cancer Society in the fight against breast cancer. Buy a paper balloon for $1 at Walgreens. Your contribution helps fight breast cancer. And 100% of the proceeds will benefit the American Cancer Society. It's your chance to make a difference supporting research, helping raise awareness, and providing needed support services. Buy a paper balloon to fight breast cancer at your nearby Walgreens. Hope blooms with you.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
Go to the bottom of the 7th inning, still tied 2-2, and right-hander Scott Dunn comes on to the Stingers for the 11th time this year. 14 in the 3rd innings, he's given up 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. He's walked 9, struck out 11. Dunn is 1-0 with a 1.26 earned run average. The PCL batting 160 against right-hander Scott Dunn. Dunn will face Joe Gerber, J.J. Permaniak, and Bernie Castro, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in Portland batting order. For Dunn, this will be his 4th outing against Portland. They've scored 3 runs off of Dunn in 4 innings, but only 1 of them earned. They're hitting just 188 off of Scott. Joe Gerber to lead things off. Gerber 1 for 2. Single to left last time up. The final numbers for Jason Middlebrook: 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned. He struck out 4 and walked 1. Threw 1 wild pitch and surrendered 2 home runs. Scott Dunn in relief of Jason Middlebrook. Scott 6'3", 180 in his 6th year. First pitch fastball misses inside of the left-hand batter. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Angels ended up with a 5-run 5th. They lead Tampa Bay 6-3. Now the 1-0. Swing and a foul back to the screen. 1-1. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Taco Maker. Try Taco Maker's new grilled ranchero pork burrito for only $2.89. Taco Maker also donates $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers so far this year. They have turned 25, making the total donation $125 so far. As a breaking ball misses high, ball 2. 2-1, the count on Gerber. Two runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 2 5-1 for the Beavers. 2-1 pitch to Gerber. Swung on and hit in the air to right center field. Barry Wesson, no trouble with this one. Jogging in and over towards right center. Makes the catch for out number 1. So Gerber retired, 1 out. That'll bring up J.J. Permaniak. 1 for 2. Reached on an infield single his last time up. So 1 out, the base is empty. For the Beavers here in the 7th. In the 8th, the Stingers will have Riggs, Pelaez, and Gordon due up. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Fastball outside, ball 1 to Permaniak. Stingers in desperate need of a win. Snap a 4-game losing streak. Now the 1-0. Outside, ball 2. They'd like to end. As the catcher Gregorio out to work and have a chat with Dunn. Stingers would also like to snap what is now a 6-game road losing streak. That ties a franchise record, so a loss tonight would set a new mark for futility on the road. And overall, they've lost 11 of their last 14 after winning 11 of their first 13. Now the 2-0 pitch to Permaniak. Swung on and Rick toward right. Gordon racing back, still going back. It's over his head and one hop the wall. Gordon plays to carry him off the barrier, and Maniac is into second base with a one-out double. This guy came into this series hitting below 200. That is his 8th hit and 16 at bats. He's batting .500 for the series. So again, the Beavers have the potential go-ahead run in scoring position with one out here in the 7th. Bernie Castro, the batter, 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Dunn delivers, and it's a fastball high, ball 1. 1-0 the count. For Maniacs, double his first hit in 3 at-bats against Dunn this year. He's at second base with one out of the 2-2 game. The 1-ball pitch to Castro. Fastball high, and Dunn with the third straight batter falls behind to the count, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Jeff Cirillo's on deck. The runner at second base for Maniac, checking the positioning of the shortstop thrower behind him. The 2-0 pitch, fastball inside, back Castro away, and the count goes to 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Dunn from the belt, ready. The pitch down the middle, just under the letters for a strike, and it's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count on Castro. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Dunn. 3-1 on its way. Swing and a miss at a high heater, and the count's full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Castro last year set a record of 30 hits in one 16-game season series against Salt Lake. Now the 3-2. Swung on, ground ball, diving step by, throw to his left from his knees, throws to first, not in time, but for the time being, he saved a run. A diving effort by thrower. What made that difficult, even more difficult than it was already, he was behind the runner at second base. Once the pitch was being delivered, he jumped back to his right to get into position, and then had to change his momentum and go back to his left to get that ground ball. He doesn't have to do that. He probably makes the play easily. So now here's Cirillo with runners at the corners. And only one out. Right now, Scott Dunn hoping to find a double play ball in his repertoire. Cirillo can't be turned 2 on. The pitch on the way. Swung on and lifted foul. First base side, out of play, strike 1. Just need to hit the ground ball at somebody. And neither starter will be involved in the decision, although each one of them pitched well. Justin Germano for Portland and Jason Middlebrook for the Stingers. No balls, 1 strike on Cirillo. The pitch. Instead, the fake to third. They go to first. They got him. How about that? That play does work once in a while. Scott Dunn with a fake to third. Then he threw back to first and picked off Bernie Castro. That does work once in a while. Once in a great while. So now 2 outs for Maniac at third with a 1 strike count on Cirillo. I still say it would work more if occasionally a pitcher would throw to third. You hardly ever see that. Now Dunn ready with the 0-1. Swung on, little over behind second, and it's backhanded by Speck on a fine knee-high running catch to take the hit and the RBI away from Cirillo. No runs, 2 hits. 1 very big runner left at third. At the end of 7, it remains with Stingers 2 and Portland 2 here on ESPN 1230.
Celebrate good times, come on! 25th anniversary. Celebrate Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration of 25 years. We've got your prices and your credits too. And we want to celebrate our anniversary with you. Come on.
Larry H. Miller is celebrating his 25th year selling cars. So we're celebrating with 25 days and 25 ways to save. Take advantage of 25 money-saving programs and $25 million in loans. Plus, receive a dinner and a movie entertainment package with every car purchase. For 25 days, save 25 ways at all Larry H. Miller dealerships. After all, you know this guy.
Celebration time, come on.
The Stingers take advantage of any opportunity to win. It's the same for any qualified buyer with a Honda card at Stedman's Recreation. Pick up a new Honda ATV in stock for just $29 a month for 6 months. See Stedman's on Main and Tooele. Hurry, offer in soon. Offered through GE Capital Consumer Card. 1.9% APR and $29 payments are for 6 months. After 6 months, the standard program applies. See participating Honda dealer for details.
We go to the 8th inning. It'll be Adam Riggs, Alex Pelias, and Brian Gordon due up in a 2-2 ball game. Sandy here in Portland tonight. Adam Riggs to lead it off. He's 1 for 3. Singled in the first and later came home to score. $3,732, biggest crowd of the series. Here tonight at Portland. Puffer's first pitch to Riggs. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Riggs the hitter, followed by Pelias and Gordon. Both bullpens quiet at the moment. The 0-1 pitch. Riggs swings and grounds one foul up the third base side for the second time tonight. Adam cracks a bat. On a similar pitch, a fastball with movement in on his hands, and he swings at it. It comes in off the bat handle and cracks his piece of lumber. So Brandon Puffer in his second inning of relief as Riggs goes back to the dugout, gets a new bat, rubs a little pine tar on it, and heads back to home plate. So each team here in the 8th will have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Riggs. Puffer ready, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got the high fastball by him. 1 down here in the 8th. First strikeout for Puffer, the 4th for Portland pitching in the ball game. Here's Alex Pelias 0 for 3. Picked up an RBI in the first. And no wind at all to speak of here tonight as Old Glory hangs limp on the flagpole out in left center field. 1 out, base is empty. The pitch to Pelias. A fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. Puffer with that herky-jerky motion. Giving the Stinger hitters all kinds of problems. Pitch. Fastball, lifted foul. Out of play on the first base side. 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes on Pelias. Now Puffer's pitch. Third ball, bounced down 1 hop to the hill. Puffer on 1 knee to get it. Gets up and throws to first for the out. 2 down. Puffer relinquished a single with the first batter he faced, Tom Gregorio, and since then he set down 5 in a row. Here's Brian Gordon. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the first. Since then he has singled and struck out, so officially he's 1 for 2. Comfortable 63 degrees here in Portland. First pitch, swinging a foul as that one hits Gordon on the front foot, and he's down to the heap right in front of home plate. And the trainer Adam Neville out to check on Brian. Mike Crumley down the line from his third base coach's position as well. Looked like a slider of some kind in on the hands of Brian. He swung and it came right down off his front foot, and he went down on all fours, and now he's trying to walk it off as that one hit his right foot. Actually, I think it hit his right knee, or he maybe twisted his knee on that swing. Working it over. It's now jogging a little bit up the first base side, trying to test it out. They may have hit him on the inside of the right knee, the way they're talking to him. Still trying to walk it off, though. Now does a little squat to the right of home plate to test it out. Again, the Stingers have only one other player available, and that's Derek Gibson. And Brian's going to stay in the ball game. The count on Brian, no balls and 1 strike. Takes a practice cut or two just to the right of home plate. Still flexing that right knee, but getting set to stroll into the batter's box. 0-1 the count on Gordon. Now Pumper ready to pitch. Low and inside as Gordon skips rope to get out of the way, and that evens the count at 1-1. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Beavers. The Stingers have left 6 men on base. Gordon swings and fouls it back behind home plate, 1-2. Portland is also stranded 6. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Gordon. Outfield, straight away for Bryant. Pumper's pitch, swing and a miss, and a changeup. He struck him out. 3 up and 3 down go the Stingers in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3, 4, and 5 hitters, 2 up for Portland. It's the Stingers 2, the Beavers 2, here on ESPN 1230.
Equity loans are easy to get at Mountain America Credit Union. Easier, perhaps, than deciding what to do with the money.
We could get a deck and a hot tub.
Remodel the bathroom and jetted tub.
Once you make up your mind, you'll pay no appraisal fees, no origination fees, no closing costs, and no annual fees at Mountain America.
A snowmobile.
Try a snow blower.
While you're deciding what to do with the money, call or visit Mountain America Credit Union or log on to mtnamerica.org.
How about a widescreen TV?
How about storm windows with screens?
At Mountain America Credit Union, we make getting home equity loans easy. So get approved.
An ATV.
A riding lawnmower.
Unfortunately, we're no help at all when it comes to deciding what to do with the money.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Okay, let's get a fishing boat.
Oh, you want water? We'll take a cruise.
Mountain America Credit Union, member NCUA and equal opportunity lender.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. It'll be John Nutt, Alex Fernandez, and Bobby Scales. John to lead it off, and he knotted the game up at 2-2 with his opposite field home run, leading off the 6th inning. Now he's facing Scott Dunn. The first pitch on the way is a fastball outside and low, ball 1. Former Stinger Bart Mianich up in the Portland bullpen in case the Beavers take the lead here. The 1-0. Dunn delivers, and it's fouled back into the screen, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Knott has faced Dunn once this year, and he left the yard with it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Dunn's pitch. Fastball high, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Knott with Alex Fernandez and Bobby Scales to follow. Outfield, straight away and deep. Dunn ready, the 2-1. Fastball high, ball 3. 3-1 the count. Scott fell behind on the first three batters he faced in the seventh. Now he's 3-1 here. As not swings at a fastball and fouls it back, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the outage up over in the Portland bullpen. There is activity in the Stingers bullpen as well as Dunn delivers the 3-2. Swing and a foul back. Finds its way up into one of the suites. Three balls, 2 strikes. On John Knott leading off the 8th. The pitch. Swinging a high pop-up. Right side of the infield. Brian Speck, the second baseman, waving everybody off. Underneath it, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 out here in the 8th. That'll bring up Alex Menendez, who's 1 for 3. Single to right his last time up. Looking ahead to the 9th, the Stingers will have Nieves, Johnson, and Gregorio, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, due up. So 1 out, nobody on for Portland here in the 8th. Now Dunn ready, the pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. Last night of the PCL, 2 former Stinger pitchers were winning pitchers with other ball clubs. Ron Alvarez got the victory for Albuquerque in their 10-4 win over Colorado Springs. And Doug Nickel got the win in Las Vegas' 4-3 win over Tucson. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fernandez loops one out toward short, backing up on it, thrower from short left field. Throws to first. In time for the out and a bang-bang play at first. Fernandez arguing, and here comes the manager, Craig Coleman, and now Fernandez has just been thrown out of the ball game. Roller backed up on that ball and was on his heels out in short left center when he threw it to first base, and now Colbert's been ejected as well. And he's going to get his money's worth now. Face to face with first base umpire Travis Reininger, waving his arms before turning around and heading back to the dugout. So the Beavers will have a new right fielder in the top of the 9th. As Fernandez gets tossed, and then Craig Colbert, continuing the argument, also gets ejected. Now here's Bobby Scales, who's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice, taking a call, 3rd strike. Now, long-time Major League coach Tommy Sant, the hitting coach this year for Portland, takes over as acting manager. 2 outs, base is empty for Bobby Scales. Dunn ready, and the first pitch to Scales goes inside, and it hit him. Fans aren't very happy, but obviously there'd be no reason for Dunn to hit him on purpose here. I will add to the fact that this is the biggest crowd of the week, and it's also dollar beer night. For Dunn, that is the first batter that he's hit this year. So now the lead run at first with 2 out for Henri Stanley, who's 1 for 3. Gene Kingsale, who had been coaching first base, goes to the dugout. It's likely he'll replace Fernandez in the outfield. So Scales at first base with 2 out, hit by a pitch here with 2 out and nobody out in the 8th. So now the base runner at first. Scales 2 for 2 stolen base department this year. Swinging a ground ball to first. Knocked down by Nieves. He'll pick it up, turn, and step on the bag for the out. And that'll do it for the Beavers in the 8th. As the Bluebirds come flying down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. At the end of 8, it's still the Stingers 2 and Portland 2 here on ESPN 1230.
If you're shopping for a treadmill,
Here are some facts you need to know from Upper Limit Fitness. True treadmills feature the best deck and highest quality belt in the industry. This combination results in a low friction surface for a smooth, whisper-quiet treadmill. True's unique soft system is the most advanced shock-absorbing system available. The benefit? Less stress on your ankles, knees, hips, and back. True treadmills have 5 display windows to give you instant feedback for distance, grade, time, speed, and calories. When you work out with a True treadmill with HRC heart rate control, you can be certain of achieving your fitness and cardiovascular goals. Runner's World magazine voted the True 500 HRC the best overall. Take a walk on a True treadmill today at Upper Limit Fitness. See for yourself why True treadmills are simply the best. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West, 2400 South in Salt Lake, and 1345 South State in Oro.
During the month of May, join Walgreens and the American Cancer Society in the fight against breast cancer. Buy a paper balloon for $1 at Walgreens. Your contribution helps fight breast cancer, and 100% of the proceeds will benefit the American Cancer Society. It's your chance to make a difference supporting research, helping raise awareness, and providing needed support services. Buy a paper balloon to fight breast cancer at your nearby Walgreens. Hope blooms with you.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Finally go to the 9th inning. Here are the shakeups in the lineup for Portland due to the ejection of Alex Fernandez, brought to you by Jake's Over the Top. Enjoy a Jake's Over the Top shake. This month's shake of the month is a fresh strawberry shake. As Gene Kingsale will replace Fernandez in the lineup. Kingsale will go to center field. And Henri Stanley, the center fielder, moves to right to replace Fernandez over there. So, Stanley in right. Kingsale will take Fernandez's spot in the batting order, which is the cleanup spot. Here in the 9th, and Mark Miatic comes on now for the Stingers. Oops, there's a slip. Said that so many times over the last 3 years, but he's coming on for Portland now. And for the Beavers, Miatic making his 13th appearance of the year in 12 1/3 innings. He's given up 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. He's walked 8, struck out 13. He's 1-1 with 6 saves and a 3.65 ERA. The PCL batting .196 against Park. Obviously in a tie game, not a save situation. His 5th appearance against Salt Lake, he has 3 saves out of his first 4 appearances. He'll face Will Nieves, Gary Johnson, and Tom Gregorio. Brandon Puffer went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. 2 strikeouts, no walks. Will Nieves 0 for 3. He comes on here to face Miatic, leading off the 9th. First pitch outside of the knees, ball 1, and a 2-2 ball game. Now Miatic's ready. The 6'4 right-hander with a 1-0. Strike over the outer half of the plate under the letters, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield straight away for Nieves as the 1-1 comes home. Liner low and outside the right-hand batter. 2-1 the count. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for Portland. This game belongs to the bullpen. Miatic the 2-1. Swinging a pop foul out of play to our right. 2-2 the count on Nieves. And no help from a breeze. On a still night in Portland. Now Miatic's ready, the 2-2. Swung on and sliced foul out of play down the right field side. Still 2-2. Just 3 games going on in the major leagues, all here on the West Coast. Seattle now leading Minnesota 2-1. Mariners batting in the bottom of the 8th. A's leads the Yankees 7-4 in the 8th at Oakland, and in Anaheim the Angels lead Tampa Bay 7-3 in the 7th. 2-2 to Nieves, swinging a ground ball towards third. Cirillo to his left has it, throws to first in plenty of time for the out. 1 away. That'll bring up Gary Johnson, who's 0 for 3. Grounded out to first his last time up. One out in the bottom of the ninth. Henri Stanley, Humberto Quintero, and Joe Gerber, the 6, 7, 8 hitters, due up for the Portland Beavers. A 2-2 game here in the ninth. Beyond ready. First pitch to Johnson. Fastball outside, ball one. 1-0 the count. Beyond the all-time leader in saves in Salt Lake franchise history with 57. 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner for knees. A strike, 1-1. Set the single season record with 27 saves in 2001. Overall, he won 13 and lost 12 in a Salt Lake uniform in 160 appearances. Down the line, here's the 1-1 to Johnson. Check swing on a slider in the dirt. Did he hold up? No appeal. The count's 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count on Johnson. Outfield playing Gary deep and around towards right. There have been 2 home runs in this ball game, both for Portland, and both have been to the opposite field. A left-handed hitting Henri Stanley to left, and the right-handed hitting John Knott to right. 2-1. Fastball high, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Johnson with Tom Gregorio on deck. Three balls, 1 strike the count at a 2-2 game here in the ninth as Beyond deals. Breaking ball over for a strike, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stingers had a 2-0 lead, but Beavers with solo homers in the 2nd and 6th have tied it. And we're in the ninth. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the outage for 3-2. Low and inside, he walked him. And so the Stingers have a base runner on board here in the ninth with 1 out. That'll bring up Tom Gregorio, who's had a nice night tonight, 2 for 3. With a pair of stolen bases. So Johnson, the lead run at first with 1 out. Infield comes into play, a double play depth for Gregorio. The outage ready. The first pitch to Gregorio. Fastball outside corner, knee high for a strike, and it's 0-1. Gregorio 0 for 1 against Bart so far this year. No balls, 1 strike the count. The outage ready. Johnson the lead at first. The pitch, there goes Gary. The pitch is swung on and missed. Throw to second base, and Johnson slides into the tag. Out at second base. That'll be a caught stealing 2-4. Gary now 1 for 3 in stolen base attempts this year, and now the count on Gregorio 0-2. Quintero threw out Johnson from his knees. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back into the screen, and it's still 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Two ball game here in the ninth. The outage. Into his windup, the 2-strike pitch. Fastball misses high, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Tom Gregorio. If he gets on base, Brian Specht would come up. 1-2 the count. The outage deals. Swing and a miss and a fastball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. A walk, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's the Stingers 2 and Portland 2 on ESPN 1230.
It's the magazine Utah Sports
fans are talking about. That's because it's the new Utah Sports Magazine. University of Utah football coach Urban Meyer is on the cover of the first issue, and it's now available at newsstands everywhere. Schedules, statistics, color photography, and more. It's a Utah sports fan's dream. Read about Coach Meyer's philosophy when it comes to his players' core values and what he really thinks about former U football coach Ron McBride. Read about Olympic gold medalist Derek Hara, PGA star and Utah native Boyd Summerhays, and other great Utah athletes. Also, make sure you check out the full season previews for the Utah Warriors football team and all the great racing action summer at Rocky Mountain Raceways. The Jazz, the Stingers, the Grizzlies, colleges to pros. You don't want to miss a single issue of the new magazine for Utah sports fans by some of Utah's top writers, editors, and photographers. The new Utah Sports Magazine, from teen to extreme. Now in stores everywhere. To subscribe, visit utahsportsmag.com. Utah Sports Magazine. Get in the game.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real-life person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Go now to the bottom of the ninth inning, and a new pitcher on for the Stingers, just back from his first ever major league stint, will be right-hander Matt Hensley. Hensley earlier this year picked up his first career save as a Stinger. Actually, first career save, period. Matt with an ERA of 0.59 coming into this one. He's allowed only 5 hits in 15 1/3 innings. He has struck out 14 and walked 3. He'll be facing Portland for the second time against the Beavers on April 25th. He went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. He walked 1 and struck out 3. So Hensley, fresh from his flight back from Anaheim, where he pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs against the Detroit Tigers on, I believe it was May 4th. Got done while he was in there. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Hensley apparently did bring his number 24 on the trip, thinking that he'd still be in Anaheim, so he's wearing uniform number 25 out there tonight. So the bottom third of the order, Quintero, Gerber, and Permaniak to face Matt Hensley. Quintero 0 for 3. He's grounded to first, struck out swinging and flying to left. It's a 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the ninth. Stingers with Riggs, Wesson, and Gordon left, center, and right. Pelaya's thrower Spector Nieves, the infield third to first. Hensley pitching and Gregorio catching. Quintero to start things off. Now Hensley's first pitch to him. It's bunted, third base side. Matt off the mound, the bare hand pick up and throw to first just in time for the out. Outstanding play by Hensley. When that ball hit the turf, that looked like a certain base hit, but Hensley, like a cat off the mound, raced over, made the bare hand pickup, and in one motion, fired the strike to get Quintero by a half a step. So 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. That'll bring up Joe Gerber, who's 1 for 3. Flat out to center field his last time up. So 1 down here in the ninth. Stingers trying to force extra innings. The pitch swung on, ripped into right field, a base hit. Played on the second hop by Brian Gordon. And so Gerber's aboard with a 1-out single. That's the second hit of the ball game for the Beaver first baseman. Hit number 8 for Portland in the ball game. So 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up J.J. Permaniak. He's 2 for 3. Double to the wall in right center field his last time up. Let's see if they send Gerber to try to get him to scoring position. Hensley works hard on his move to first base. Already has one pickoff this year. Infield, a double play depth. From the stretch, the first pitch to Fermaniak. Into the dirt with a splitter. Good stop with the catcher, Gregorio, to hold Gerber at first. 1 ball to count. Bernie Castro, the leadoff hitter, is on deck. 1 ball, no strikes. Elias guarding the line at third. Hensley ready. A 1-0 to Fermaniak. Low outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Fermaniak walked the only other time he's faced Hensley this year. And he's ahead of the count here. 2 balls and no strikes. Gregorio behind the plate, the sign down, the target up. The 2-0 pitch swung on and a high, towering fly ball. Left center field. Barry Wesson in and over for this one, and he'll put it away for the second out. Back to first goes Gerber. So 2 down now. To the top of the order at Bernie Castro. Castro, 1 for 4, reached on an infield single in the 7th, but was picked off at first by Scott Dunn. Castro facing Hensley for the first time this year. Elias still guarding the line at third now, even with the bag, respecting the butting ability and the speed of Castro. Hensley's first pitch to Castro is flat foul, out of play down the third base side, strike 1. Castro does a lot of things with that bat. He'll run up in the batter's box and lay it down. He'll run up and slap at it, try to get a running start like a fast pitch softball hitter. No balls, 1 strike to count. Hensley ready from the belt, the 0-1. Swung on and launched it down the left field line. Ricks a long run into foul territory is there near the Portland bullpen to make the catch. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left. We'll have ourselves an extra inning ball game here tonight in Portland at the end of 9. It's the Stingers 2 and Portland 2 here on ESPN 1230.
Celebrate good times, come on. 25th anniversary. Celebrate good times, come on.
Larry H. Miller is celebrating 45 years selling cars. So we're celebrating with 25 days and 25 ways to save. For the next 25 days, take advantage of 25 money-saving programs and $25 million in auto loans made available just for this event. Plus, with every car purchase, receive a dinner and a movie entertainment package. That includes 10 tickets to the Megaplex Theaters, 10 passes to the Cricket Superscreen, and 10 dinners to the Mayan. For the next 25 days, take advantage of the 25 days and 25 ways to save celebration at all Larry H. Miller dealerships. You know it'll be a celebration to remember. After all, you know this guy.
There's a lot going on in Elko, Nevada. June features the 19th Annual Mining Expo and the Elko Motorcycle Jamboree. July features the National Bass Festival and the Silver State Stampede. And in August, there's the Elko County Fair and Senior Olympic Games. Call 800-248-3556 for more information. Paid for by the Elko Convention and Visitors Authority.
Extra innings, and as extra innings begin, a light rain has started to fall here at PTE Park. Didn't even notice it until I saw a fan pointing up into the rafters, and we can see the raindrops falling through the light standards here. Brian Speck, Jake Thrower, and Barry Weston, the 1 and 2 hitters now to face Bart Mianic. Stingers 1-1 in extra inning games. This is their first extra inning game on the road. Portland has won 3 and lost 1 in extra innings, and this is their first extra inning game at home. These two teams played extra innings in Salt Lake on that Tuesday morning game, and Portland scored 2 in the 9th to tie and 3 in the 11th to win 6-3. First pitch to Speck to change up high, ball 1. Art Miata starting his second inning of relief. It is a very, very, very light rain at this point. 1 ball to count on Speck as Miata field. Breaking ball over for a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cirillo even with the bag at third. Well, let me take that back. That's not Cirillo at third. Here's Speck squaring around the bunt. He has to jump back out of the way. So we'll try to get the defensive change for you here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch, breaking ball, low but inside. Ball 3, 3-1 to count. 2-2 ball game. Probably Rico Washington over at third. Now the 3-1. Next swing, and it's a flare to left center field. Coming on the center fielder, Kingsale drops the ball and deflects it towards the left field corner. Chasing it down is John Knott. Racing around second, Speck will head to third, and he's in standing. Kingsale reaching out, had the ball go off the end of his glove, and it deflected all the way towards the left field corner. By the time John Knott could run it down, Speck was on his way to third. Well, now the Stingers have the go-ahead run just 90 feet away. And the batter will be Jake Thrower, who's 1 for 3. Still no ruling as of yet. They're still contemplating it. That's going to be ruled a 3-base error on the center fielder Kingsale, even though he had a long way to go to get there. The pitch, fastball high and outside, ball 1. That's the second error of the ball game. Charge to Portland. The Stingers with a go-ahead run at third and nobody out. 1 ball to count. One thing about this artificial turf is when it starts to roll, it will roll forever. 1-0 pitch is line towards center. That should be deep enough to score the run. Kingsale back to make the catch. Tagging at third is Speck. Here comes the runner. Here comes the throw. Not in time. It's a sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Jake Thrower. And the Stingers take a 3-2 lead. Thrower's 11th run batted in on the season. And that is his 3rd sacrifice fly, tying him with Barry Wesson for the team lead. Second unearned run for the Stingers in the ball game. The thrower did the job, getting the ball in the air deep enough to score Speck. So now the Stingers lead 3-2, and the batter's Barry Wesson with 1 out, nobody on base. The out it delivers a fastball outside of the knees, ball 1. In the bottom of the 10th, Beavers will have Cirillo, Knott, and Kingsale. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up. 1-0 pitches in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Now the pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air towards right. Stanley drifting over towards the line. Makes the catch for the second out. 2 away here in the 10th. Now here's Adam Riggs. Adam in the ball game is 1 for 4. The sacrifice fly by Jake Thrower following the 3-base error on Gene Kingsale, who is in the game because of the ejection of Alex Fernandez. Stingers have the lead. Swing and a miss by Riggs on the first pitch fastball. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count on Riggs with some dangerous hitters. Are due up for the Beavers in the 10th as Riggs lines 1 foul to the seats down the right field side of the count. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Riggs. A run in here at the 10th to put the Stingers out in front 3-2. The pitch. Fastball away from the right-handed batter. 1-2 the count. Stingers trying to stop a 4-game losing streak and a 6-game road losing skid. On the Yadic into his windup, the 1-2. Fastball outside, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Alex Pelaez is due next. And Alex Fernandez, outfielder for Portland, as well as the manager Craig Colbert, both ejected. Now the 2-2, swung on, line towards right. Henri Stanley is there, and he'll make the Bill of the Cap high catch to retire the side. Riggs hit it hard, but right at Stanley. 1 run, no hits. 1 error, nobody left on. We go down to the bottom of the 10th. It's the Stingers 3 and Portland 2 on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
During the month of May, join Walgreens and the American Cancer Society in the fight against breast cancer. Buy a paper balloon for $1 at Walgreens. Your contribution helps fight breast cancer, and 100% of the proceeds will benefit the American Cancer Society. It's your chance to make a difference supporting research, helping raise awareness, and providing needed support services. Buy a paper balloon to fight breast cancer at your nearby Walgreens. Hope blooms with you.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go now to the bottom half of the 10th inning. Matt Hensley now in a position to pick up the win if he can shut out the Beavers here in the bottom of the 10th inning. He'll face Jeff Cirillo, John Knott, and Gene Kingsale here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Stingers getting a run on a 3-base error, which could have just as easily, by the way, been ruled a triple. And a sacrifice fly by Tate Thrower. Jeff Cirillo to lead it off. He's 0 for 3 plus a walk. Lined out a soft liner out behind second base. It was backhanded nicely by the second baseman Speck, racing across to his right. Now that rain falling a little bit heavier here as we're in the bottom of the 10th inning. First pitch on the way, and it's in at the knees. A strike and it's 0-1. And by the way, it's not Cirillo, it's Rico Washington, who did come in to play third base in the top of the last inning. Wonder if he's getting the call up. Now the 0-1 to Washington. Breaking ball low and inside. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Washington 0 for 4 with a run batted in this series. Overall, hitting 175 on the season. The 1-1 pitch. Strike. Slider on the inside corner at the knees. 1-2. Actually a splitter, not a slider. 1-2. And the rain's steadily falling. Nowhere near heavy enough to cause any kind of a delay. And we are on the carpet, so it can absorb a lot. The 1-2 pitch on the way. And Washington takes a splitter in the dirt. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield straight away. Now Hensley ready to go. Washington, left-hand batter. And he awaits the 2-2 from Matt. Just long inside. The count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Infield back. The second baseman Specht a couple of steps back out in right field. The 3-2 pitch. Inside, and that hit him. Hensley hits Washington, and now the tying runs at first with nobody out. Second hit batter for a Stingers pitcher in the ball game. Well, now the tying run at first. Here's John Dodd, who's 1 for 4. That won a solo homer to the opposite field and right in the 6th. That tied the game at 2-2. So a runner at first base. See if Washington will be on the move here. He has not attempted a stolen base this year. Infield double play. That's the first pitch to Knott. Swung on, popped up foul. First base side, near the dugout and out of play. About 6 rows back. 1 strike, the count on Knott. It's been a very tough out for the Stingers this year. Struck out in his only other appearance against Hensley. And looking for his first win of the year. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Knott. Hensley ready to kick and the 0-1. A little bit low. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Pelaez guarding the line at third. Big hole on that left side of the infield between Pelaez and the shortstop thrower. Hensley with a move to first, and Washington is back. One ball, 1 strike. Now Hensley ready. From the stretch, the right-hander deal. Swing and a miss over the top of a good curveball. The count's 1-2. That one rolled right off the table. 1-2. The count on Knott. Gene Kingsale is on deck. One ball, 2 strikes. Now thrower moved over a step to the right, while second baseman Specht is more shaded up the middle than he was earlier. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul. Up the third base side. We'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. All of the major league games have been completed. Well, the complete rundown of all the scores coming up on our 10th inning show. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hensley's throw to first, and Washington dives back in safely. Tacoma won their 5th in a row tonight, 4-1 over Edmonton. Rainiers have won 5 in a row now, heading into their series with the Stingers tomorrow in Tacoma. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss and a fastball away. He struck him out. Knott tried to check his swing, could not do it in time. Hensley with his first strikeout of the night, and there's 1 down here in the 10th. That'll bring up Gene Kingsale, batting for the first time in the ball game as he replaced Fernandez in the lineup after he was ejected. Kingsale batting .225, 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 6 runs batted in. Both homers have come in this series. The runner at first base, 1 out. Throw to first again, and Washington is back. Kingsale, switch hitter, batting for the left side against the right-hander Hensley. Overall, he's 3 for 13 against Stingers pitching, but 3 for 6 in this series. Hensley sets the pitch. Fastball in under the letters for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Kingsale facing Hensley for the first time this year. No balls, 1 strike. Hensley ready again to throw to first, and again Washington dives back in. Keeping an eye on him, trying to keep him close, just in case he's trying to steal second base. They can take that little extra step to get there. Now Hensley ready, and the 0-1 to Kingsale. Swings late on a high heater, and the count's 0-2. Well, it looked like the ball was just about in the glove of Gregorio before Kingsale even pulled the trigger. So now the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Bobby Scales, the designated hitter, is due next. Oh, and 2 the count. Washington the lead at first. Hensley from the belt, the pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left. Riggs going back, stopping shy of the track. Backpedaling now, makes the catch for out for 2s. Kingsale gave that a pretty good ride the other way, but Riggs able to track it down for the second out of the inning. So 2 down, and here's Bobby Scales, who's 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. The rain not falling as hard as it was a little while ago. 2 outs in the 9th, or rather in the 10th. Stingers trying to finish this one off. Matt Hensley just back from Anaheim, trying to contribute right off the bat here. A chance for the win. He's got a tough out to get here. The pitch to Scales. Swing and a miss. 1 strike the count. Apologize for that. No balls, 1 strike. Now the right-hander Hensley ready. Throw to first base, and the runner's back. 0-1 the count. Some moron just walking up to the microphone. That's why they need to require the new owners of this team to build a press box. Whenever that new ownership takes over, there's a fastball high, and the count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Washington at first, 2 outs. Hensley looking in, giving the sign. Washington, will he go? Will he not go? Hensley from the stretch. The right-hander ready. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stingers now down to their last strike to try to pick up this win. 1-2 the count. Scales leaving that bat out over the plate. Washington the lead at first. Hensley ready. The 1-2 pitch to Scales. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The ball game is over, and so is the Stingers' losing streak. Matt Hensley comes on and pitches 2 scoreless innings to pick up the victory just off the plane from Anaheim. So in the 10th, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Handshakes and high fives all around. The final score, the Salt Lake Stingers 3 and the Portland Beavers 2. I'll be back with the 10th inning show coming up next here on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM. KQS Murray, Salt Lake City.
Everybody's going to play a little bit harder.
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230.
A little bit better.
Worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting Station.
Good time, come on.
25th anniversary.
Celebrate, good time, come on.
Let's celebrate.
There's a party going on right here. A celebration of 25 years. We've got no prizes and your credit too. And we want to celebrate come on.
Larry H. Miller is celebrating his 25th year selling cars, so we're celebrating with 25 days and 25 ways to save. Take advantage of 25 money-saving programs and $25 million in loans. Plus, receive a dinner and a movie entertainment package with every car purchase. For 25 days, save 25 ways at all Larry H. Miller dealerships. After all, you know this guy.
The game is over and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
All right, welcome back to PGE Park in Portland, where the Stingers break their 4-game losing streak overall, their 6-game road skid, as they defeat the Portland Beavers in 10 innings by a final score of 3-2. Here are the final totals now in the ball game for the Stingers. 3 runs on only 5 hits, no errors, and they left 6 men on base. For the Portland Beavers, it was 2 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, leading to 2 unearned runs, and 9 men left on base. The winning pitcher, Matt Hensley, 1-0. The losing pitcher, Bart Mianic, his record is 1-2. Time of the game is 2 hours, 56 minutes, 3,732 on hand here in Portland. As the Stingers took advantage of those 2 Beaver errors, they scored 2 unearned runs in the ball game. An error by the third baseman, Cirillo, opened the door in the first inning, and then the 3-base error charged to Kingsale in the 10th. As Brian Speck did a little flare out into left center field, Kingsale raced hard after, reached out, got a glove on it, dropped it, and it deflected off his glove, rolling towards the left field corner. By the time the left fielder not could track it down, Speck was on his way to third. And Jake Thrower on a 1-0 pitch drilled a sacrifice fly to center field, scoring Speck easily from third with what turned out to be the winning run. So the Stingers now 15-13, and they leapfrog over Edmonton into second place, 2 games behind Tacoma in the North Division, while the Beavers dropped to 13-15 on the year, 4 games behind the front-running Rainiers. Again, Matt Hensley picking up the win with 2 scoreless innings. Actually, great pitching all around. Middlebrook, Dunn, and Hensley allowing just the 2 solo homers off of Middlebrook, one by Henry Stanley in the second, and the game-tying blast by John Knott in the 6th inning. So the Stingers prevail here tonight to avoid being swept on the road. The final score in 10. The Stingers 3 and Portland 2 as the bottom has just dropped out of the cloud. It is really raining hard now here in Portland. Unfortunately, the ball game is over. The Stingers win it. We'll come back and bring you the other scores around baseball following this here on ESPN 1230.
When you think of quality yard equipment, you think of the green and yellow of John Deere. It's been the worldwide leader for decades. Now, John Deere has entered a new field. Yours. John Deere is ready to help you make your yard the yard of your dreams. And at Greenline Equipment in Layton, Salt Lake, and Springville, you can get a John Deere riding lawn tractor that comes with an easy-to-shift hydrostatic transmission. So they're simple to operate, no matter what size your lawn. Remember, the undisputed most recognizable name in tractors is John Deere. And the name to remember for tractors and lawn equipment is Greenline Equipment. Just listen to Jerry Sloan, coach of the Utah Jazz.
Whether you're mowing, tilling, hauling, or trimming, John Deere offers you the products you need to create the yard of your dreams. And Greenline Equipment is your John Deere headquarters. Tell them Coach Sloan sent you.
If you're shopping for a treadmill, here are some facts you need to know from Upper Limit Fitness. True treadmills feature the best deck and highest quality belt in the industry. This combination results in a low friction surface for a smooth, whisper-quiet treadmill. True's unique soft system is the most advanced shock-absorbing system available. The benefit? Less stress on your ankles, knees, hips, and back. True treadmills have 5 display windows to give you instant feedback for distance, grade, time, speed, and calories. When you work out with a True treadmill with HRC heart rate control, you can be certain of achieving your fitness and cardiovascular goals. Runner's World magazine voted the True 500 HRC the best overall. Take a walk on a True treadmill today at Upper Limit Fitness. See for yourself why True treadmills are simply the best. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West, 2400 South in Salt Lake, and 1345 South State in Orem.
welcome back to PGE Park in Portland, where the Stingers prevail in 10 innings tonight by a final score of 3-2. Time now to check out what else happened under the lights tonight, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. And you can check out the new Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Well, first of all, in the Pacific Coast League in the North Division, it was Tacoma topping Edmonton tonight, 4-1. Scott Atchison, the winner, 2-1. Downs, the loser, 3-1. George Sherrill with his third save for the Rainiers in that ball game. It was Oklahoma pounding New Orleans 13-2. Tucson scored 6 in the ninth to beat Las Vegas 11-5. It was Nashville doubling up Memphis 4-2. Omaha shut out Iowa 4-0, and it was Colorado Springs defeating Albuquerque by a final score of 7-5. In the American League, Seattle edged Minnesota 2-1. It was Oakland topping the Yankees 7-4 to avoid the series sweep. That ends New York's 8-game winning streak. Anaheim continues to roll. They beat Tampa Bay 7-3 in the first game of their series with the Devil Rays. Jose Guillen with the home run his fifth. Aaron Seeley gets the win, 1-0. Scott Shields to save his second. And Boston behind Pedro Martinez defeats Cleveland 5-2. Pedro now 4-2 on the year. He gave up the first inning home run to former Buzz outfielder Matt Lawton. In the National League, Mike Piazza homered in the bottom of the 11th to give the Mets a 2-1 win over the Giants. It was St. Louis topping Philadelphia 7-4. San Diego beat Atlanta 7-3 this afternoon. It was Houston over Pittsburgh 5-2. Arizona got hammered by Chicago 11-3 Cubs in that one. Matt Clement the winner, now 5-1. The Dodgers over the Marlins 9-4. 4 home runs for Los Angeles, 2 of them belonging to Shawn Green. It was Montreal over Colorado 3-1, and Cincinnati rallied with 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th to beat Milwaukee by a score of 9-6. That's the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll come back and take a look at the scoring highlights of tonight's game right after this here on ESPN 1230.
It's the magazine Utah sports fans are talking about. That's because it's the new Utah Sports Magazine. University of Utah football coach Urban Meyer is on the cover of the first issue, and it's now available at newsstands everywhere. Schedules, statistics, color photography, and more. It's a Utah sports fan's dream. Read about Coach Meyer's philosophy when it comes to his players' core values and what he really thinks about former U football coach Ron McBride. Read about Olympic gold medalist Derek Parra, PGA star and Utah native Boyd Summerhays, and other great Utah athletes. Also, make sure you check out the full season previews for the Utah Warriors football team and all the great racing action this summer at Rocky Mountain Raceways. The Jazz, the Stingers, the Grizzlies, colleges to pros. You don't want to miss a single issue of the new magazine for Utah sports fans by some of Utah's top writers, editors, and photographers. The new Utah Sports Magazine, from teen to extreme. Now in stores everywhere. To subscribe, visit utahsportsmag.com. Utah Sports Magazine. Get in the game.
Today, we're at Westland Ford, a pillar in the Ogden community for over a quarter of a century. This is your chance to take advantage of some wonderful deals by a company that wants to win you back. Some of you got discouraged by street construction on Wall Avenue. Some of you think that you can get a deal for a better price. Well, let me tell you, Westland Ford just won't let that happen. Rediscover the advantages of buying right here in your hometown. Everyone in the west side of Weber County, Westland Ford challenges you to let us win you back. A long-distance drive doesn't mean a better deal. It means you spent more for gas. Westland Ford has always supported our community and our customers with great deals for hometown folks. Stay in your community. Buy in your community. Take pride in your community. Westland Ford wants to win you back. Be won over by the outstanding quality and commitment of Westland Ford. Easy to get to at 3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden. See how hard your neighbors will work to win you back.
Welcome back to Portland, where the Stingers jumped out in front in the first inning. Jake Thrower singled, but he was erased at second base on a 6-4 fielder's choice from Barry Wesson. Adam Riggs then singled center, advancing Wesson to second. Alex Pelaez hit a bouncer that took a little bit of a hop on the infield dirt near third. It ate up Jeff Cirillo for an error. Wesson scoring from second to make it 1-0. Riggs advanced to third on the play and then scored on a Brian Gordon sacrifice fly to center, and Salt Lake had a 2-0 lead. Henry Stanley cut the deficit in half with an opposite field home run with 2 outs and the bases empty in the second, his second of the season. The left field off of Jason Middlebrook. And then John Knott led off the sixth, facing Middlebrook down 2-1. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball hit in the air towards deep right field. Gordon going back. It's up there, it's out there, and it's gone. An opposite field home run for John Nott, and this game is all tied at 2-2. So a 2-2 ball game until the 10th inning as Brian Speck led off with, as I mentioned earlier, a little flare out into left center field. Gene Kingsale ran a long way to get there, but the ball went off the end of his glove and deflected past the left fielder Nott, who had to chase it down, rolling towards the corner on the carpet. By the time he did, Speck was all the way around to third with nobody out for Jake Thrower. Center. That should be deep enough to score the run. Kingsale back to make the catch. Sagging at third is Speck. Here comes the runner. Here comes the throw. Not in time. It's a sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Jake Thrower. And the Stingers take a 3-2 lead. And so the bottom of the 10th rolled around. Matt Hensley hit Rico Washington on a 3-2 pitch, but then got the next three batters to strike out, fly to left, and strike out to end the ball game as Hensley picks up the win. As the Stingers have their losing streak finally come to a close as they win by a final score of 3-2 over the Portland Beavers. So they salvaged one out of the four here in Portland. Now they head on to Tacoma tomorrow to take on the first place Rainiers. We'll preview that series and let you know who our MHP of the game is tonight right after this final timeout here on ESPN 1230.
Are you serious about credit? Marine Credit Systems will be your personal chauffeur in the carpool diamond lane of credit. Now that's a green light to credit.
Look, hon, we're passing everyone who bought a car somewhere else. They're upside down and buried.
Welcome to the Mark Marine Minute, your no-nonsense answers to your car buying and credit questions.
Car credit is like food. It's not the food, but the appetite that makes eating a delight. For example, love and credit. Did you know a divorce decree does not supersede the obligations of a loan? And when is it a good time to bring up credit in a newly developing relationship? Not soon enough if you ask me. So how about this for an idea? Prenuptial credit. Learn what column of finance you were in. Learn what column of finance your mate is in. And learn what column of finance you're in together. Wow.
Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
Hey, this is Dan the Laptop Man from PC Laptops. And everybody, you know, if you buy a computer magazine, you're reading all these ads from all these companies, Compaq, Dell, Gateway, Toshiba, and everybody. And everybody claims to have cheap laptops, the lowest price laptops. Well, you know what? Have you noticed nobody else out there claims to have the best laptops on the planet? The very best? And that's what we claim. At PC Laptops, we have the best laptops on the planet. What makes them the best? Simple. One, they're upgradable. If you buy one of our laptops, you can actually upgrade the processor. And no, the speed of your processor is not soldered onto the motherboard of your laptop. You can actually change the chip. You can upgrade your hard drives, your RAM. You can upgrade all that. Many of our models have even upgradable video cards. Isn't that crazy? Plus, we can do this all locally, and we give you a lifetime service guarantee. Forever with every laptop you buy. Get on PC Laptops right now and buy one because we love you. Featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Welcome back to Portland. We're trying to give you our Ace Hardware MHP of the game, our most helpful player of the game, brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store, Ace the Helpful Play. Well, when you're trying to snap a losing streak, one of the things you need to have success to do so is a strong performance by your starting pitcher. That made Jason Middlebrook our MHP, our Ace Hardware most helpful player of the game. He went 6 solid innings, gave up just 2 runs on 5 hits, leaving the Stingers in position for a possible win, a win that they eventually received in 10 innings of play here at PGE Park. So that'll do it for tonight. The Stingers now head to Tacoma in the morning for a 4-game series with the Rainiers. Game 1 coming your way tomorrow, 7:05 Mountain Time. Will be on the air at 6:45 with the on-deck circle. It'll be left-hander Travis Blackley on the mound for Tacoma against the Stingers' right-hander Chris Buchek. Then today, games Saturday and Sunday, both games starting at 2:35 Mountain Time. And then on Monday at 7:05 again Mountain Time for the final game of the series and the road trip before the Stingers return home on Tuesday to open up an 8-game homestand against the Albuquerque Isotopes. That'll do it for tonight. Our thanks to Tony Parks back in our studios in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. Once again, in 2 hours, 56 minutes in front of 3,732. The final score in 10 innings, the Salt Lake Stingers 3 and the Portland Beavers 2. I'm Steve Klauke saying good night and so long from Portland.
This has been the 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.